woke up, couple bodies from the club dealing with this hangover.
All right, the rest of y'all shut up. Turtle, who is the fastest readers in history?
Had to be slaves.
Slaves? Why?
Yeah, 'cause
Shut up,
if they
Jason.
get caught, they die.
Oh, no. They were good. They were good, but not as good as 9/11 survivors or 9/11 victims.
They went through
81 stories in 10 seconds.
Boo this man!
Only because you fumbled.
Hey, joke so nice it hit twice.
You know what? I'm not proud of it. And on that note, start the episode over with.
You're not about to get a bigger laugh than me on my own fucking show.
To fucking start this shit. Welcome, everybody, to the Hangover Podcast. I am your host, Trey, a.k.a. Walter White, a.k.a. you could tell what kind of paycheck I got by what kind of whiskey I'm drinking. And today, I have a 1.75 liter of Rich and Rare that costs $16.99.
Bro said under $20.
Nigga
If you haven't looked at the date, it's close to Christmas.
Yeah.
Nigga drink it like he a hobo.
Looks like my son's getting hopes and dreams under the tree this year. We ain't even got a tree.
Get something good.
Whew. Sitting across from me, as always, is the piece of shit and Takeoff Music's very own, Mr. TRTL.
Yeah.
And we got a special episode for you guys today because sitting to Turtle's left, we have the racist. We have the man himself who said the only way he likes to warm himself by the fire is if the wood is in the shape of a cross. Mr.
Jesus
Dustin
Christ.
Spencer.
I'm not fucking racist.
And then sitting to my right is the man who said everybody should be allowed to have guns, teachers don't deserve a raise, and women should go back in the kitchen, and black people should go back to the plantation. Jason Jeffrey!
You forgot to insult the Jews.
Oh, shit.
You're 1 for 4.
Yeah, the only one of those I believe is that women should go back to the kitchen.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So how was everybody's Thanksgiving, motherfuckers?
Shit, it's super turkey.
We spent it together.
We did.
Yeah.
We were all together hanging out.
I will say that Giants-Cowboys game,
Who cares, right?
that shit felt like it took forever. By the time the second half hit, it should have been Christmas.
I walked outside at one point. I don't watch football like that, but I walked outside at one point and I heard the fish from SpongeBob and was like, oh, come on. This guy stinks.
Bruh. So that game started. I took a 2.5 hour nap, woke up, came over here. It wasn't halftime. Or it just got finished being halftime.
What happened?
I have no idea. Oh, all the penalties. They had like fucking 26 penalties that game.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
All I remember is I kept looking over at Ian and going, we're still in the first half.
Turtle, how about you? How did your cooking come out? How did you enjoy your eating? How was everything?
Shit, everybody was fucking my bell peppers up.
Yeah? I didn't get to have one by the time I got here.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, I didn't get to say nothing, and weirdly enough, nobody mentioned it, but I had said that I was going to cook for Thanksgiving. Like, everybody brought a plate. I was like, I'm going to bring something too. So I went to the great Nikki P's house, and I started cooking. I've made this recipe, I'd say, about half a dozen times. Each time came out better than the last. The last time I made it was for a big group of people. I don't remember how I did it, but I remember the recipe that I had is for X amount of people, and there were X amount of people. I found a way to make enough for that many people. Recipe said this recipe makes for 4 servings. I had to make it for 20 people. I found a way to make it work.
Right.
Multiply.
Not this time.
Can I ask what the recipe was?
When we was out there, we was like, where the fuck is Scott? You did bring it up, like, oh yeah, he had to go cook. And then motherfucker didn't walk in with nothing.
Yeah, you're right. And I'm going to tell you why. Because, like, at one point, I was supposed to, like, saute some, like, the Holy Trinity. I was supposed to saute. And I was like, I'm going to multiply. So I did. Next thing you know, instead of sauteing, my vegetables are floating in a vat of butter. They're not sauteing.
No, now
And
they're
as I'm
boiling.
doing this, I'm looking at it going, I think I fucked up. I
lot.
think I've made a mistake. And then halfway through the cooking time, I was like, I think the last time I did this, I made it in batches. And this time I tried to make it all at once.
What were you making?
Shrimp and
Shrimp and
grits.
grits.
So the way I make my shrimp and grits is most people make grits, most people make shrimp. We're done here. Some people do it in the barbecue sauce. I didn't make
Yeah.
the barbecue sauce. I tried to make my own little cream, sauce that always comes out good in some cheese grits. As I'm making them, I'm like, this is not going the way that
Way
it's
I
supposed to
thought.
go. And then at one point, somebody was like, I'm reading comments and like this one thing, and they were like, well, if it's too thin, add some more flour. So I added some more flour to thicken up the sauce. I mixed it all up. It's starting to look like it's coming together. I take a little spoonful, tap it, take a taste, and I go, all I taste is flour. And I'm like, this is not going to work. And Nikki P.
You gotta cook the raw flour taste off. If you're ever going to add flour to a Cajun dish to thicken it up, you have to.
Yeah, you got to cook it down.
You got to tilt your pot, let all your oil fall to one side. You add your flour to that.
If I would have let all my oil fall to one side, it would have poured onto the stove. It looked like I was making a soup at this point. There was so much in there. I should have just made it in batches.
Another tip for your Trinity:
Yeah.
when it comes to sweating out your vegetables, unless you're utilizing them to pull the fond off the bottom of a pan, sweat them in a different pot.
Yeah. But this go round, I even told Nikki P, I was like, go taste it for me real quick and just see if I'm just being like, a sad bitch that's just giving up. And she went and she took the taste and she looked at me. She just looked up from the spoon at me and I said, don't lie. Because if I have to bring this over there and they eat it and I'm relentlessly mocked, I'm going to blame you. And she kind of like looked at me and was like, so it's not bad. And I was like, that's all I needed to hear. That's all I needed to hear.
it's
It's
terrible.
going in the garbage can.
No, it's terrible. Thank you for lying to me.
Yeah,
Now
like
I
this-
know where we stand.
You're right. Like you were willing to let me be mocked relentlessly.
No. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So no, now it's all going in the garbage. And that's exactly where it went. And then even at one point, like I said, I'm sitting there like panicking because I got to get like cook out the fucking flour taste and all of this other shit. I got Spencer texting me like, bro, where you at? And I'm like, fuck.
No,
Like,
so-
no, at this point, my absence is noticed.
No,
It's going on
We're
too long.
literally
Here's the
talking
reason.
about where's Scott.
Right.
And then 2 minutes later, Scott walks through the
Yeah.
door.
So on my way here,
Mm-hmm.
I seen somebody pulled over with like 3 cops behind him in a silver SUV, and it was
Okay.
a tall white dude standing outside, and he was in kind of nice clothes, and I knew you went to work.
Right.
So my thought was Scott got pulled over. I
Mm.
panicked. I was like, yo, when I pulled up here, I was like, he's gonna be there, and you weren't, and I was like, whoa.
Right. well. Here's for you. But I think overall, I think we had a little blasty blast. Shout out to Charlie Summer. He's one of the 12 people that I blacked out drunk and called and said, fucking come over.
I was about to say, wait, Charlie came over?
Charlie came over.
Yeah, like 2
I must have.
o'clock.
Oh, okay. I was going.
Oh yeah, you were gone. But
Scott was passed out.
yeah.
Oh, hey, I'm just saying. Highlight of my entire day.
Yeah.
D-Rose dad told me my smoked ham was delicious.
Hey, that was like the first time I made gumbo, and somebody came over and was like, "Bro, you did a great fucking job." And I was like, "I'm the greatest cook
That was
this
the first,
side of
That
Mississippi."
was the first time I ever smoked a ham.
Hey, good job.
And
I don't eat ham, so I don't know how it
I
tasted,
know.
but
Did you try my potatoes?
I did. They were all right.
Don't make me fuck you up.
Oh, how about you, Spence?
I made my leftover sliders. They were bitching. Went to my father-in-law's, helped them fry a couple turkeys in the morning, and then went to my house, took a nap, and came here and had the real fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was very eventful. Like was a good fucking time.
Can I ask y'all, because I was thinking about this a lot, like in terms of holidays. How do y'all feel about like the political aspect of holidays where it's like you feel obligated to go to certain family members' houses or your absence is noticed?
Nah, fuck that.
You don't feel that at all?
No, I don't. So
Nope.
yeah, I don't.
My
I don't care.
not to cut you off, Spence. My entire dad's family was right down the street
Yeah.
on Janine.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, just come by for 5 minutes. I'm like, yeah, sure. Never
Never
went over
showed.
there.
Yeah, fuck that.
I
Yeah.
feel no obligation to go anywhere. I don't make last minute plans. And if you think I'm going to change my plans last minute, suck my ass.
No, if I got a plan, we sticking to it.
Correct.
Yeah, that's my whole thing. It's like we got Christmas coming up, and I think like usually we'd spend Christmas Eve with Nikki's family. Christmas Day we spend it with my family.
What's this
And-
we shit?
What do you mean?
What you mean we?
That's my kid. He's going over there. I'm going with him, and I don't mind her family.
Do they
Stares
mind
into
you?
the camera.
No, they love me.
Thank you, Turk.
But yeah, you know, it's like that whole thing. Like right now, Nikki's making what you call it? She's making like the Christmas cards. Christmas cards. She went and got some photos taken with Grayson, and she kind of hit me earlier, and she was like, "Do you think I should send some to your family?" And I was like, "Absolutely." Like she's like, "But you're not in any of the pictures." I'm like, "But yeah, but that's still Grayson." You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah.
Now there's gonna be some family members that are gonna be like, "Why couldn't Scott be in the pictures?" And it's like, because I didn't fucking pay for them. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
didn't want to take the pictures to begin
who
with.
wants to take pictures?
Women.
Exactly.
I'm 50% in the picture.
You know what I'm saying? Like, my DNA is in that picture.
No, yeah, look
Well,
at him. He's
technically it's
adorable.
25.
And to her credit, she even has it on the thing. Happy holidays from the Pelagal Herbet House.
Yo, fuck y'all if y'all got that feeling. Like,
You know
like
what I'm
for
saying?
real. Like, get over it.
That's all I'm there. Because then my whole thing is like, what kind of mixed signal does that send if her and I are taking pictures together?
No, yeah.
Like,
Mad weird, bro.
Yeah.
mad weird. Like, we're broken up.
That-
We're not
yeah.
supposed.
That's gonna be a real hard no-go on your Tinder profile.
You know,
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, look at me and my ex and my baby. Because you know
like
that's
our
cool.
breakup has already caused weird moments with me talking to women because they've been like, "Oh, I thought you and Nikki were still together. What are you doing in my DMs?" And I'm like, "Well, no, we just quietly broke up." You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, it ain't
we didn't feel
nobody
the
else's
need to pull out a
business.
front page ad. You know what
I
I'm
will
saying?
say, y'all had the quietest breakup.
I didn't know.
I had somebody text me last week telling me they didn't know.
Dog.
And it's been a year and a half.
You was just here one day, and I was like, I asked D-Ro, I was like, why is Scott here? And she was like, oh, wait a minute,
They broke up.
what? And then I walked immediately in the room, was like, Scott, you and Nikki broke up?
Yeah, that's why my
Shit.
bed's here.
Shit. All right.
I don't think I found out until you came and did that episode of Toxicity with us.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that. The
A
one
lot
that
of
never
people-
saw the light of day. Yeah.
A lot of people forgot.
Yo, it was that long ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
Are you talking about the Thanksgiving episode?
Yeah.
No, that wasn't that. No, we were still together at that point.
For everybody listening, just
The-
find the last episode that Nikki P was on.
And that
That's
was
about when they broke up.
no. We actually
No.
broke up months before,
Before
that.
that.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Nicole, being the G that she is, she was like, "All right, so we're split," and I'm like, "Yeah, well, I guess we're officially split at this point." She was like, "All right, I'm gonna give you time to get your shit together."
Is she going to be on the episode at the Fan Expo?
I hope so. I told her about it. I even did the thing where I was like, "Yeah, I got like, I didn't think you'd want like, you know, a pass to come with us," and she was like, "Excuse me," and I was like, "I mean, I could still get you one." I'm like, "If you want to come through," and she was like, yeah."
Well, you got to be on the episode.
That's what I'm saying. So I hope she does it.
No, yeah. If you're going to come, you have to come that day and you have to do the episode.
That's what I'm thinking.
Like,
Let's do the
this
pod.
is just business.
Come to
like,
the pod.
Like, if we just talking business,
Yeah.
if you want to get paid, which is your free passes to go see all this
You
shit,
know what I'm saying?
you got to do the work,
do the
which is
pod.
doing the episode.
I do pod.
For everybody wondering what we're talking about, the Hangover podcast is going to be at the Fan Expo this year in New Orleans. They're going to be taking a live episode. Y'all come check them out. Come listen to them. Come shoot the shit with them.
You know what I'm saying?
All the live episodes, me and Rock attest to them.
Oh,
They've all been a great time.
Oh yeah,
we have fun.
shitty drunk.
Yo, shitty drunk.
One of the I made you mad one of the live episodes.
Did you?
Yeah,
Which time?
I think it was the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What'd you do?
I don't know. I said something. And you was like, you don't get a cup now.
I still got my signed cup. Fuck
Hey.
y'all.
Oh, I got to reach out to Nikki, see if she can make some cups for this one. Because we usually have a signed cup every one, don't we? Didn't we have something for the last one, sir?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had the 150 cups.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just know we don't have any.
Yeah.
Like, that was the other thing. I do remember at the end of the second one, somebody approached me and was like, I know y'all got some extra. I'm like, no. We made them.
But I will
handed them
say,
out.
a lot of motherfuckers was walking through the parking lot and all you hear was,
No. As soon as I got mine, that shit went right in the truck.
I
didn't
heard so many
drink.
people leaving the show.
Holy shit. Well, what else happened to y'all? Y'all had a good week? Everybody had a good week?
It was.
It was straight.
It's been a week.
My kid's out
it
of
was fucking
town.
worky.
My kid's out of town. It's
Where he at?
dope. Oh, he's in Natchitoches.
Natchitoches?
Yeah, he went with Katie and Christy, your mortal enemies.
Natchitoches,
And,
Natchitoches, Natchitoches.
You know? And he went to a gator farm and
She was
held a
gonna say
gator.
gay farm.
He went, no,
Gay tour.
I would love to see a gay farm. No.
What do you think? I'm about to say just
No.
a bunch of bye.
Bye, bitch. Bye,
The
bitch.
cocks do be doodling doodle.
not an actual chicken in sight, just a bunch of roosters. Just
A whole bunch of cock. Not a laying hen in sight. All steers on this fucking farm.
You
why does
bitch.
it?
This farm produces zero milk.
Why
No
do we
milk.
always, as humans all over the world, not even just guys, but why do we, as people, always give the gay guy the accent, but never the lesbian chick?
Because how's the lesbian accent going to sound?
Exactly.
Hey.
Why do gay dudes automatically get like the sass?
Because that's what they have.
That's
And
what I was
then
about
you
to
actually
say.
talk.
Every queen you've ever met, every
What's the lesbian supposed to sound like? Oh, I'm going change an alternator. Like,
Go and drive my
we're gonna
Subaru.
scissor.
Go and drive my Subaru.
I'm gonna go on a hike.
Subaru. The
Go
car
play
of the
And my
softball
tank
every
top and
Thursday.
cargos.
Where's
my-
my flannel?
I'm gonna wear my tank top and cargos with a flannel on top.
With 5% body fat.
And
combat
Tim's.
boots.
5.
Fuck.
All right, let's see if we have it in.
Top fans, here's all the people that like our shit. It's top fans. If you ain't on this list, you can suck our dicks.
Respectfully. All right, so we have Mr. Larry Frederick. Mr. Dustin Spencer.
I'm gonna punch Scott in his kidney.
Mr. Jason Duvern. Mr. Matt Tranchina. You dick. Who else we got? Mr. Devin Whitmore.
Shout out you, boy.
Mr. Joshua Payne.
The man Scott still owes a drink.
I do. Mr. Keaton Goldchuck.
Old Catoni is making his way on the list.
Who the fuck?
Is Matthew Lazaro.
Lazaro.
Hey. Mr. Danny L. Ford the second. And Ian Swamp Thing Nicholson.
Nicholson.
Whoa,
Nicholson.
whoa. Don't get me caught up.
Nicholson.
With the hard R.
Oh, look.
Oh, word. Way better.
Run DMC got weed to settle.
Yeah, you don't have to use that Niagara bottle.
My bad. It's empty. Fuck.
That's right, guys. He said Niagara.
He meant to say Niagara. I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go. But let's see if we have any voicemails.
Said he didn't come to Friendsgiving.
Blah, da, 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 da,
The fucking harmonization.
You know what I'm saying?
That's my
Gorgeous.
Christmas
Gorgeous,
Carol.
bitch. Gorgeous.
La 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 la.
Hold the fuck up. When did this one come out?
Right now.
Nope.
Texted him 20 minutes ago.
Oh, okay. Here we go from Mr. Larry Frederick.
What?
Voicemail. I done tried this about. Bro, y'all need an instruction manual on how to properly send a voicemail. I done tried this about 4 different times. But this is top fan Larry Frederick. Fuck off, Jason. I got a quick question based upon y'all Denzel gay porn star talk last week. So as a man, theoretically, if you were offered $100 million
I'm
I'm sucking it.
to do one of two things, either suck a guy's bird
Mm-hmm.
for $100 million, or get your bird sucked by a man for $100 million.
Is that even a
The
question?
only-
Hold on. Time out.
Larry.
Time out.
You make
Larry.
this
Dog.
easy.
Dog. Oh, like,
Would you rather eat a steak or Skittles?
like what? Like,
Hold up. Let me address the actual hard part of his statement.
The dick?
Larry, fuck you. I still want my trial by combat for that top fan spot. The rest of this, I'm getting my dick sucked. $100 million? The fuck are you talking
Yeah,
about?
I mean,
I'm gonna close my eyes.
eyes.
you're right.
At that point, it's whoever I want it to be. Like, I'm somewhere else right now.
Yeah, like at some point, I might look down and be like, teeth, and he'll be like, my bad, dog. Like, and then I got to deal with that. But
At that point, we're doing this podcast for fun.
yeah, right. Like,
You know what I'm saying? Because daddy's $100 million richer. Why? Because I got my dick sucked.
Turtle,
So how easy?
I will wear
Turtle,
a
come
sign.
run my Guitar Center.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
Hold on. If the caveat to it was you had to wear a sign saying a guy sucked my dick so I could get $100 million, I'd wear that sign every day.
That bitch would be in my
everywhere.
front yard. I'd pay a nigga to fly it over my house every fucking day.
What? Like Scott said about 100 episodes ago, let anybody make fun of me. I'm gonna keep $1,000
smacking you in the mouth with it. Smacking
so
you
I
in the
can
mouth with it.
spike them in the forehead with it. Go feed your family.
Bitch.
By month number 3, it's literally going to be like you need an extra, like there's going to be commercials on TV. You need an extra $100? Go make fun of Scott for sucking a dick. And I'm smacking you in the face with $1,000 every time.
See, Scott's the only one saying he'd suck the dick.
Oh, I'm sucking the dick. Make it a challenge, you pussy.
See, if I gotta suck the dick, that means like I gotta like think about that trauma. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather just get my dick
Ain't no
sucked.
fucking trauma.
Yeah.
Ain't no fucking trauma. I got $100
I
million.
get $100 million and I get to bust a nut?
No, what? What? I'm in
Yeah,
prison.
he made that easy with that second.
Yeah,
choice.
that was it. Hold on,
You should've just gave
let's
the
see if
first
he
one.
adds anything to it. Let's see if he.
Okay.
Catch is the public knows about it, and if you're the one getting your bird sucked, you have to finish.
Oh, yeah.
Done.
Yeah, I'm better.
Done.
Have to. You better hold the fuck on. Because daddy's about to blow. Look.
Come on, Mark. Like, finish.
Hurry up.
Finish up,
Trying to
David.
get this check.
You know what I'm saying?
Do I need to
look,
save it up?
Hold on, time out. I
You
feel-
can edge me
I
too.
feel bad
Like,
for dude.
Make daddy
'Cause,
wait.
like-
Make daddy wait for it.
We gonna be there for 20, 30 minutes. And he be like,
Yup.
fuck.
You gonna have to stop sucking. I'm gonna be like, hold on, I got it.
Hey, you like the smell of cigarette smoke?
Shit, give me a bottle of, like, the real question would have been, but you also have to finish a bottle of bourbon before he sucks your dick. So you got whiskey dick. So now you just got a man in between your legs for a few hours. Now we got something to talk about.
Fuck that. Give me a honey pack.
Going back for seconds.
And I'm giving him my 5150 grippy socks, bitch. You ain't going, get your ass back over here.
Just know the back shots were free.
Nobody said you had to pull his hair. That was my decision. Oh, this podcast out of context is wild.
Nigga gonna come up from sucking Scott dick. He all had braids in his hair.
Had braids in his hair.
Now he looked like Ludacris in a stand-up video.
Stand up.
What is your stance on it? What if
trying to
any
get
makes
paid,
you more
Larry.
gay?
We getting
The
paid,
fact that
bitch.
you sucked a bird for 100 million, or you got your bird sucked at a 50-50 shot of 100 million? Because according to one of our friends that shall remain nameless, he says, well, it's work. I'm being compensated to suck a bird, and I don't have to enjoy it.
You know what I'm saying?
But to bust a nut from getting head from a guy, you had to have enjoyed it at least a little bit.
I did.
No.
Yeah.
My
What a blast.
stance is it's 50-50 that this dude might just be good at the job that you just said is being provided.
Hold
Bring me a rookie.
Hold on. Time
Bring
out.
me a
Time out.
rookie. I'll train him.
Time out. This is real. What you just said isn't factual. So you do not have to enjoy it to ejaculate. Enough. No, like for real. Science. Enough of it happens, you're erect for long enough, and enough friction happens.
It's
your
happening.
Body's gonna make you do it. You don't have a choice. It's physical reaction. It's built into your DNA.
Word.
Doesn't matter.
I
That's
like
like
that
when
you
you
did
first-
that. I like that you did that, but I'm here to say I fucking liked it. I
That's
fucking
like-
liked it.
That's like when you first start fucking, how you can't hold that motherfucker back.
No.
You know what I'm saying? You about to get a good 3 minutes, bitch. That's all I got for you. You know what I'm saying?
We're over here.
3 minutes, you fucking stud.
We're over here making the case for, yeah, I'd get my dick sucked. Scott's over here making the case for, can I get 200 million if I do both?
You know what I'm saying?
What if we just 69? I knock it out.
How many times does this have to happen before y'all cut me off? Like, you remember the video of the button where it was like, if you press this button, two things will happen. You will get $100,000. And wait,
I know.
but somebody
I
you
played
don't
that game
know,
with y'all.
somebody you don't know will die.
Double tap, nigga.
Can I have $200,000, please? No, it was supposed to be a mortal compass that you were supposed to think about. Thought about it.
Up to
300,000.
3.
Is it like
You
a
owe me
yearly
3 now.
subscription? Like every year does the same guy just come up to my house like a Jehovah's Witness? And I got to be like, not this year, Terry. Like, no, every year I'm like, oh, holding the door open for him with a cup of coffee. Bring your ass in here. Daddy's ready. I took 3 honey packs before you got here.
3?
All right, let's finish off this bullshit voicemail.
So he might be good at his job. I don't know. But I'd much rather take a 50-50 shot that I ain't got to put a bird in my mouth. I don't know.
Facts.
That's just my stance.
You know what I'm saying?
What y'all stance on it? Let me know.
But don't negate the fact I will. I will. For 100 million? Like, that's why I love that the whole talking point the last episode was, you don't know what you would do if you end up in one of those situations. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. There is nothing in my body that tells me all you have to do is suck this dick for $100 million. What? All right, let me ask you this. And here's like the ultimate question. If you suck the dick for $100 million,
You gotta ask these type of questions
is-
like Jeff Bezos.
what is
Elon
the
Musk.
worst that could happen?
Right.
Y'all make fun of me?
So
Fuck you. I have $100 million.
I just paid your retirement.
You know what I'm saying? Like, all I know is you didn't suck a dick. You're living paycheck to paycheck. And
Right.
here I am at my mansion with a pool within a pool within a pool within a
that
pool.
has dolphins in it.
I call it my inception pool.
I gotta kill a whale in the fish tank.
Like, Sir, I'm buying bags of beef jerky every day as a snack. Like, you don't do that unless you bald.
And Scott's not talking about like the little gas station packs. He's talking about the Walmart 1 pounder
Oh, yeah.
beef jerky packs.
That nigga could survive on the fucking Western Front with the amount of beef jerky he's buying.
My body will be as crispy as a potato chip from the dehydration of all the salt going through my veins.
Scott, go drink some water.
What? What else we got?
All
Fuck
he's gonna drink is bourbon.
like Mr. Deed style shit. You walk over here, oh shit, you got a water fountain. That's a Hawaiian punch.
Scott's gonna buy a football team, punch his starting quarterback in the mouth.
Can we talk about how dry Hawaiian Punch is? That
As
is
an
the
adult?
driest
Wow.
beverage you will ever have in your lifetime, but it is so delicious.
Right?
The
driest one's
You
the
can never
green
get it
one.
cold
Oh, the
either.
blue.
Yeah.
The blue is the driest.
Yeah, nigga, if you got cotton mouth, you try to drink blue Hawaiian Punch, you might as well just die.
Eat it.
Just die.
So
Bad idea. Just die.
Wait, form of torture. Popeye's biscuit, blue Hawaiian punch.
Back to back. That's all you got to wash it down.
That's not torture. The point of torture is to get an answer out of somebody. That's a form of murder.
That's an execution.
Doing that for 30 minutes. And
Fuck. Just put me in a rack.
And then you put peanut butter on the Popeye's biscuit.
Ooh.
Yo, you'll die.
never-
Right?
Hey,
it
hey,
down.
you eat a Popeye's biscuit filled with peanut butter, you'd rap like Future. Like,
Wow.
that's all you're getting out of
You'd
that.
fucking sound like a tuning fork.
Yo,
Wow, wow,
Future
wow.
Future ate a whole box of Popeye's biscuits filled with peanut butter before he made Dirty Sprite 2. I know it. All right, Diggity's here. Let's go. Oops.
Happy holidays, folks. How's everybody doing? Hopefully the itis has subsided in your Thanksgiving day. And look, if you don't know what the itis is, do yourself a favor. The Boondocks, Season 1, Episode 10. Tell you everything you need to know. I'm not here for that. What I'm here for today is to vent about cancel culture once again. I know it's something we talked about before. Well, y'all talked about before. But so I'm at work the other day, and my boss has on his I'm one of the cool white people. Here, let me show you playlists on his little Bluetooth speaker.
Oof.
So it's got a little 80s, little 90s, little whatever. And during this cavalcade of music, More Money, More Problems came on. So I immediately jumped into it because it's who I am. And it dawned on me that there's customers in the store that can hear this. And you might be, oh my God, I thought we canceled that guy. To which I responded, why? Now, you can ask me if I think he's guilty. You can ask me if I think he did everything that they're accusing him of doing. You can ask me if I think he deserves a harsher sentence. What you can't ask me to do is act like More Money, More Problems does not slap
Let's
every
go.
single fucking time I hear it.
Let's
what
go.
you can't ask me to do is pretend like I don't get a little bit of euphoria every time I hear Step in the Name of Love. Now, the songs like Your Body's Calling Me and Seems Like You're Ready hit differently now. Yeah, but that's not the issue. The point
Age
is,
ain't nothing but a
these
number.
songs become part of us at some point, and I can't act like they don't feel something or mean something to me because some people cannot separate the art from the artist. So I'm not one of those people. I can enjoy 12 play and still think R. Kelly's a piece of shit. I can do it. And lastly, a shout out to West Bank legend and Marrero native Mickey Joseph, who is now the head coach of Grambling University.
Hey.
He's in town this weekend to get his ass whipped in the annual Bayou Classic by Southern University. Matter of fact, he
Yeah.
just lost.
Go
So shout out to
Jags.
Mickey. He used to terrorize us back in the day. If anybody went to a Catholic school back in the 80s, 90s, you remember the name Mickey Joseph. So fuck him, but welcome home. And I love y'all, and happy holidays, and peace.
So I obviously I agree. Me and Turtle have had conversations about this 100 times in regards to him feeling about R. Kelly. But yeah, like especially now, More Money, More Problems comes on. I'm singing that bitch at the top of my lungs.
With my whole heart.
BIG-PO-PPA, no info for the DEA. You know what I'm saying? Like federal agents mad because I'm flagrant. Like you can't get me to stop listening to that because nobody cares about Diddy's verse.
Right.
Like the lights in Times Square. Like nobody gives a shit. And I don't know if there's a Diddy song I care enough about that I would keep. or like a Diddy verse. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing Diddy related. Like, and I'm not
I
taking
wouldn't
away.
say-
I'm not taking away Diddy's obvious like contribution to hip hop. But I mean, as far as like songs that Diddy himself
Lyrically.
made, that I'm like, I'm not getting rid of this Diddy song.
Right.
Like maybe I'll be missing you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's obviously a keeper. But even that
That'd
one,
be the only one.
even that one, I mostly listen to for Faith Evans. You know what I'm saying? What you were saying?
No, I was kind of agreeing with you.
Yeah, I don't like it's not like it's not a huge moral sacrifice for Diddy where it's like
Yeah.
now you can't like I'm so okay with like turning off More Money More Problems when the Diddy verse comes on. Like I don't.
Now, if you
Yeah,
talk
it's easy.
about getting rid of everything that Diddy was associated with,
Yeah, that's
all right,
rough.
Now we start having controversy.
Well, that would be like getting rid of everything that Harvey Weinstein had a hand in, and I'm not getting rid of Django. So
You know how upset I am that I couldn't get my hands on Dogma for so many years because of that fuck?
who? Because of Diddy?
No, because of Weinstein.
Oh, Weinstein. Yeah.
It's finally coming back this year. Well, next year.
Yeah, well, it was like Quentin Tarantino obviously had a great working relationship with him, so most of his movies are through the Weinstein Company. And it's like, you want me to stop watching Tarantino movies because of Harvey Weinstein?
Yes, sir. I wouldn't stop watching Tarantino movies because of Tarantino.
Right.
I don't like Tarantino's politics. I really don't like the way he is as a person.
Tarantino is literally the only person I don't want to meet.
No, yeah, I've no it. I feel like if I met him,
I feel
I'd
like
hate
I'd
him.
rock his shit.
I'd hate him.
oh yeah,
I'd hate
we
him.
definitely have words.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kind of a dick and a piece of shit.
Yeah, but like there's like a lot of interviews I've seen him in where he seems fun and like I'd love to pick his brain about stuff, but it just seems like the switch is so easily flipped and suddenly he's talking to you like a dickhead.
Right.
And I'm like, no, I'm from the West Bank. I'm swinging on you.
No, you're not gonna talk down to me. That's what you're not going to do.
Right.
I'm gonna show you how much better you are than
Like
me right now.
Like that one interview he did with that dude. Now, granted, the dude that he was interviewing with was a huge piece of shit. Like
Yeah.
he's always, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He's always asking like the most inappropriate questions to like try to get the scoop. You know what I'm saying? Like made Robert Downey Jr. super uncomfortable, like for no reason. And
that
like, but
seems difficult to do.
did
Ask
you
him
never
about
see
his
it?
drug use.
Yeah, he asked about his relationship with his father and like his drug use and like all of this. And like even at one point, Downey was like, "Yo, what are we doing?"
Right.
And he was like, "Well, I'm just asking you about them." Like you see Downey kind of like look at somebody off camera, and he was like, "Bye," and like got up and walked out.
Right.
And the same dude was interviewing Tarantino about the equation of violence in movies to real life. And Tarantino was like, I've answered that question already. Like, I don't, he was like, well, how do you know that movie violence doesn't equate to real life violence? And he was like, dude, I'm not doing this. Like, we could talk about anything else. He's like, but I've answered this question 100 times. But then it was funny because the line he said was, well, why don't you want to talk about it? Well, because I'm not your slave and you're not my master. And I was like, that was a weird way to put it. Like, like you didn't have to answer
I
the
think they were
question
talking
like that.
about Django too. So like,
Yeah.
why?
It's like, no, you're a white guy. You wouldn't have been a slave unless we're talking about the Irish, but we're not going there.
No, not that far back. We don't count that far back.
Yeah, that's apparently not counted.
Hey, don't do this in front of Turtle, Jason. You're going to get
Sorry.
back.
My apologies, Turtle.
Y'all
the
keep-
juice.
how do y'all feel about people like, what's his name? What's his fucking name? House of Cards guy.
Oh, Kevin Spacey.
How do y'all feel about him being canceled?
Why is he being canceled?
Well, he was canceled already. This was years ago because apparently back in the day he made a movie. One of his co-stars was this 14-year-old boy, and apparently he did make passes at him. And the child came out later as an adult and said what happened. And Spacey came out, and instead of apologizing directly for what happened, he kind of gave a half-assed apology whilst also using that as his moment to come out as gay. And a lot of people were like, so you were a predator towards a child. You didn't even try to deny it. But instead, you basically, instead of apologizing for it, were like, and guess what? I'm gay. Like, that wasn't really
Man.
the
By the
right
way,
way.
I like penises.
Mad weird, bro. Like,
Yeah.
like you like a little boy dick.
Right.
Great.
All-
now
all
I
the
can't
touching
watch
baby
House of
penises.
Cards.
I was about to
anymore.
say, now you're gonna tell me I can't watch Seven?
Yeah,
Like-
no.
What's in the fucking box? Like, come
Of
on.
all the times to announce
Apparently,
that,
pictures
now's
of a
not
little
the time.
boy. What?
Of all the
Yeah.
times to announce that,
Not the moment.
not
No.
the press conference.
You know what I'm saying? So, how do y'all feel about him getting canceled for that?
I mean,
Good on, I guess. I don't know.
I don't. So this is my opinion on canceling in general, is that it shouldn't be a thing, bro. Like, look, no. Here's my reason, Scott.
Okay, okay.
Let me get my reason.
Go for it.
If
You're wrong.
if you do
All right, you
something,
fucking Republican.
if you do something bad enough to where the law gets involved and you lose your job because you miss work because the law got involved and because of that, that's not canceling. If you get in trouble with cops, you're gonna lose your job.
Yeah, that's
Right.
your day in court.
Yeah. Yeah. Not this, I'm not going to work with you because I don't like what you said. No, that's not how this, I don't like what you did. No, that's not how this works.
Right.
If I'm good enough to get this job and I'm good at this fucking job, then I
Right.
deserve it. No matter what I did. No matter if I'm a piece of shit or not. Like 98% of actors are dog shit people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's shown throughout acting and throughout like backstage videos and shit. Dog shit people. Treat
Most
people.
people are dog shit people.
No, 100%.
Here's my issue with cancel culture as a whole. How do I defend it? How do I
Yeah.
defend against it?
Yeah.
Because these accusations came out against Kevin Spacey. Yes, he made a press conference and his comeback was weird as fuck.
Yes.
But if he'd have came out and said, these accusations are bullshit, I never did anything, 50% of people that believe the accusations are going to be like, he's lying.
75.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do I defend it?
Right.
And where does it cross the line of defamation?
Right. Yeah. I think people need to sue more. Like, I think if we learned anything from Johnny Depp, it's like we're not standing for that bullshit no more.
Right.
Didn't Cardi B do the same thing? Like, that little YouTuber kept saying shit about her, and she was like, fuck that, I'm suing her.
Right.
Yep.
Did
Yeah.
Johnny Depp sue or was he? I thought
No, he
Johnny-
sued.
It was
I
a
thought he
counter
was the
suit.
defendant.
There was a
He
counter-sue.
countersued.
Counter-sue, yeah.
Yeah, so
Well, either which way, proud of him.
because in the UK,
He
Amber
lost.
Heard actually won.
Yeah.
But
Court-
their
I'll be right back.
legal definition of defamation is a lot lower than America's. In America, you have to prove that they knew what they said was false and that it legitimately caused you financial, personal, or reputation harm.
She destroyed herself on the fucking stand.
Oh,
Agreed.
yeah. That bitch
Bro.
was bad up there, boy.
Like, so bad she left the country.
But
Facts.
that's why it's hard in America to sue for defamation.
Right.
Yo, how wild is it that, like, before the Diddy tapes get released and before all that shit get released, a whole bunch of celebrities are just like, I'm out.
Do you believe that shit's getting released?
It's not the government or anybody. It's going to be some rappers that are doing it to get some clout.
I disagree. I don't think that shit ever gets out.
Oh, yeah. It's going to get out.
I got more faith that we'll see Epstein's logbook before we ever see these Diddy tapes.
So the reason I believe it's
Nope.
going to get out is I believe that there's too many people in the verse talking about it already that they know people that's about to be dropping this shit.
I believe that there's too many people that got NDAs signed to ever release anything.
I
Oh
mean,
yeah, you never know. As soon as you walk into that Diddy party, he probably got like a book with like pre-registered NDAs and shit. Sign
did-
in, please.
Little
Sir,
did
this is
you
a
know the
contract.
front. Little did you know the front page of that welcome book was an NDA.
A lot of people have said the same thing about Justin Bieber. Like, if you go to Justin Bieber's house, he actually has NDAs at the door. His security will take your cell phones, make you sign an NDA, and then let you in.
As I think all of those celebrities should.
Yeah, because what goes on in my fucking house goes on in my house.
Is my business.
Unless I'm like sex trafficking women like
No,
R.
yeah,
Kelly,
a
then
little
you
bit
know.
different.
Then
I
you might
wonder what
want to
his
break that
party was
NDA.
like.
He didn't have no parties. He did that shit in silent with his homeboys. R. Kelly.
Him and a bunch of old dudes. Just
He was,
like,
and that's
hey,
what all of his homies say too. He was like, you wouldn't even see the girls, bro. He was like, you would just know they in the house, cause it'd be like one of them at a time. He was like, the other ones you wouldn't even know where they was at.
No, they in their room where they supposed to be.
Yup. The only time they can leave is if they gotta piss and shit. If that, he tell them when they eat, when to sleep, when they can leave the house. That shit wild.
Yo, how one of their dads or brothers or nobody just like walked up in that bitch and aired it out?
Dog, that's what. And there's tons of dads involved. So he must know like a certain type of woman comes from a certain type of man, because all these niggas, I don't know what it is.
No, I don't
know what it
I'm
is,
walking
bro.
in. Like
What?
There's nothing your
Security gotta
do.
shoot me at the door, nigga, because I'm shooting them first.
They're not gonna
Indeed.
be able to.
So
I'm
we-
shooting them 150 yards back.
So-
both of them's falling.
So we talked earlier on a voicemail of what I would do for $100 million. There isn't
I'm
a
sucking it.
price you could name.
Oh. Sorry.
Time
Sorry.
out.
Sorry.
There isn't a price you could name me for my child.
Facts. Not a single one.
You,
Not
your
a single
bloodline, your ancestors.
Yep.
I'm dishonoring all of them.
How
Like-
will you, your dog,
Ooh,
and
ooh. Your
everybody that's
plants.
ever known
They'd
you?
have been like, it
Everything's
was a
dying.
mass murder at R. Kelly's house today.
Dishonor on you. Dishonor on your cow.
Like, I mean, I'm sure your daughter still like got hope in her eyes, but like I know me and Spencer are kind of like in the same area, and like all I keep thinking about is like every day my son wakes up, we're playing a little game or something, and like every day he's just like, Dad, everything's amazing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, somebody is going to take that from them one day, and that person I'm going to murder. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Facts.
my son that just still like every day just bleeds innocence and sweet, and he is nothing like me, and I love that every day about him because he's so kind and just the sweetest kid. Like today, I showed you, my cousin sent me a video. He's standing by the barricades while Santa Claus rolls down, and he's almost pulling his arm out of socket to fucking wave. He's just such a sweet kid, and somebody's gonna fuck that up one day, and I'm gonna have to kill that person.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
know what I'm saying? Like,
Absolutely.
So you want to know the unfortunate truth I've learned between the ages of 3 and 6?
what's that?
Do you know who that person will probably be?
It won't be me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've 8 brothers and sisters.
Gentlemen.
I know. 8
Gentlemen.
brothers and sisters I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, 8 brothers and sisters, Jason. I'm the oldest of 9. I've seen it 8 times.
Yep.
It doesn't happen instantly.
Yeah, no, it
Yeah.
doesn't.
No.
It's little by little.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
taking marbles from a jar.
And I'll kill myself. Here we are.
You're right. Ella still has that everything is beautiful look in her eyes.
Yeah.
But there are certain things that she's put 2 and 2 together on her own and knows.
Mhm.
And you'll just slowly see it.
We got one more.
Oh, we do.
Another one.
He's killing sirens.
Hey. So, remember back in the day when I warned y'all about the fucking coyotes? And y'all laughed and thought it was funny? Well, guess what? They've been spotted now on the West Bank, specifically in Gretna and West Rigo. Imagine that. You come home from work, go outside to smoke a Joe, and there's some coyote finishing off Mr. Bigglesworth. I'd be mortified. And I would think that you'd want to take care of this problem before it becomes any larger. So if you see a coyote in your neighborhood, don't ask questions. Just
Shoot it.
take
Shoot it.
arms and please be careful. Protect your kids, protect
Shoot
your pets,
'em.
protect your fucking neck. I love y'all. Peace.
So there's a big uproar of people, and I got flack for this one of the days we talked about it. I think that was the day we got some death threats on the pod.
Jesus.
Yeah, because we discussed a lot of things. I agree wholeheartedly. If you go into your backyard to smoke a cigarette and you see a fucking coyote, shoot that motherfucker.
Facts.
The same way I felt like when that kid fell into the fucking zoo. Kill Harambe. Like,
That's where our society went down.
you shoot the monkey. You want to know why? You want to know why? Because children's life matter more than animals.
Oh,
I don't know, man.
team people, bitch.
I
My
don't give a
favorite
shit.
Joe Rogan line.
However, that kid should be around 12, 13 years old. I feel like we should see a report card.
No, fuck a report card. He shouldn't be with his parents anymore.
That's
Nope.
a big one.
That should be the biggest of ones.
That's it.
That's
No,
who
no,
should have been killed in that situation.
No,
Shoot the
no.
mother.
And the monkey.
You should. Yes, shoot the monkey. You have to shoot
That
the
monkey
monkey.
You have to
didn't
shoot the
know.
monkey.
That monkey did not know. That monkey was monkeying.
Can we stop
It
saying
seen a
shoot
little
the
monkey.
monkey?
Exactly.
It seen a little monkey fall into the thing, and it was like, "I need to take care of this little monkey."
See, people
Yes,
say
I'm
that.
calling that little black boy a monkey because I can.
That is Turtle for the people that only listen to the pod. For the people that only listen to the pod. That was Turtle. That was Turtle. It was Turtle. It was You almost got me, bitch.
I just want us to stop saying shoot the monkey.
Shoot the monkey.
No, 100% shoot the fucking monkey. Shoot
Shoot the what monkey?
Shoot the tiger.
Yo. Spencer, you going crazy.
I was gonna
this
get
episode.
one of you bitches.
So, yeah, I always knew you had it in you, Spencer. I just didn't know this would be the moment you let it out.
Man, you've been chat banned. Welcome to podcast man.
Talk about cancel culture. Here we go.
Here we go.
Yeah, I was wondering which one was gonna do it.
It'd be your own friends.
That's it.
Go.
But anyway,
That was
No,
funny.
but as far as people talking about coyotes on the West Bank, I was a cop in Gretna in 2015. I used to chase them around at night in my patrol unit.
yeah, man.
Obviously, there's coyotes on the West Bank. What are we talking about here? 75% of this place is fucking woods and
Swamp.
a,
No,
and a
and-
Live in the
preservation.
swamp.
I have always been a proponent of we have our society, animals have their society. We stay out of theirs, they stay out of ours. You start to creep into ours, we're going to kill you. If you get too close to a baby bear, what's the mom going to do?
Kill you.
Exactly.
Can I touch that dog?
Exactly. No, you cannot touch that dog.
So, I've seen coyotes in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Not like in the East, like in the city.
Shit,
I've
you should
had
see
friends.
the animals I've seen on Bourbon Street.
I've had friends that accidentally
next to the
caught
iHeart.
bobcats, and they thought they were just cats.
No,
Yeah.
next to the iHeart building,
Yeah.
like 2 weeks ago, I seen a coyote.
Yeah.
we got raccoons.
Kill it.
We got raccoons around this motherfucker that look like 2-year-olds.
People be trying to raise them coons, though.
Whoa.
What?
Whoa,
What? What? What
we
happened?
both getting canceled.
That's
we are.
typically what you do with them.
Raise them?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're sweet little black things, and I love them. And they look like little robbers, which is accurate because they steal everything. And if you think about it, it works both ways.
Yo,
All right, everybody. That's been this week on the Hangover Podcast.
See y'all next month.
You want to drop your socials?
No, I kind of don't want to this episode. So some white woman's listening right now. Fuck him.
Yeah, my name is Average Joe.
I'm Ian.
Oh shit. I'm Turtle. But anyway, I forgot what the fuck we was even really talking about.
And I'm Scott. Nigga.
No, killing the coyotes that's on the West Bank.
Yeah, I have no problem with it. I don't like I feel like we this is one of those things like whenever we talk about
I
abortion.
wish they tasted better.
Whenever we talk about abortion, Like, I think we finally had this talk one episode, like 100 episodes ago, but it was like, we keep beating around the bush when it comes to fucking abortion, and it's like, well, abortion's not murder because it's murder. We're killing babies. We are killing babies. Let's just say these are the babies we're okay with killing, and let's move the fuck on, because when we try to play semantics, you just keep looking dumb. So just be honest. It is spring break. I gotta wear this bikini. I'm not trying to have a 6-month pregnant belly. Scoop it out. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if we just be more honest, we can move forward as a society, and I feel the same fucking way about fuck PETA. Fuck PETA. Fuck PETA. Kill the animals.
What
They're
did PETA
delicious.
ever do to you?
They're delicious. They're a nuisance, and they get in the fucking way. Kill them. I don't care. I don't give a
Well,
shit.
whoever this guy Peter is, he does not like you. You know?
Thoughts?
Peter.
PETA.
Oh, Peter.
Oh,
Yeah.
PETA.
Yeah, you had
PETA.
something you wanted to say.
Yeah, he brought up the abortion argument, and I feel like maybe I haven't been controversial enough, and he's just trying to rev my fucking engine over
Rev
here.
your engine, baby. Let's hear it. I'm gonna drink
No.
some of your tequila.
I'm gonna leave this alone.
He said it was gay, so what?
You don't like
Exactly.
killing babies?
No.
Clearly, you've never fucked a stripper.
Yes.
To me, the only
plead the
people
fifth.
that are against abortion are people that have never had uncertain sex.
I've had uncertain sex, and I'm still not down.
You're not down with abortion?
Not really.
I think it's so much fun. And people are like, I hate that we can't use it as a form of birth control. Why the fuck not?
I don't have a problem with abortion. I have a problem with Roe v. Wade
Why?
because it's fucking wrong.
Why?
You're
And all
fucking
you
wrong.
liberal fucks can
You're in
at me.
camera already.
I know.
Why are you against Roe v. Wade?
Because it's wrong.
Why?
It was a wrong decision.
You're
Keep
wrong.
going.
Because the federal government doesn't have the power to regulate abortion.
Why not?
Is it in the fucking Constitution?
Should be. Should be.
Where's it in the fucking Bible? When the fuck did we get ice cream?
Genesis 7:15. Thou shalt scoop it out.
Thou
As the-
shalt not taketh the scoop.
I never knew that. You're against abortion? Really? Why?
You want to know? I've lost a child at 17.
That's different.
It made me look at it differently.
Life?
Yeah.
Okay. So like the whole potential of life thing is your belief?
Yeah.
Okay.
It because of how everything played out. Like it was after the first trimester, so it was a fucking baby.
Yeah.
So it fucked with me a lot.
So do you agree all abortion's wrong?
I believe in a 3 rule.
So like Plan B is cool.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No,
Plan B's
fine.
cool.
Look, fine with Plan B, fine with birth control, fine with
Because I bought so
contraception.
many of them shits.
Look, fine with contraception. I'm fine with rape, incest, life
Whoa,
of the mother.
specify.
You better,
Specify.
yeah, please
Specify.
reword that, Rock.
No, I get what you're saying, but it just sounded horrible.
All right.
But they don't.
I'm fine with having an abortion if you've been raped, if it's incest, or if it depends on the life of the mother. If the
As
mother's
all-
gonna
But
die.
what if it
As
but
all
for-
50 states
What
do.
if it was consensual incest?
That's not my business.
Got you.
Right.
So look, so at that,
Roll
so
Tide,
the
Roll
rape
Tide.
incest thing is literally rape incest. Like it's incest that happened because the girl was raped.
Right.
Typically.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
typically the way that works, yeah.
So if it's
Or
consensual,
the guy was raped.
yeah, very
Yeah.
true. But no.
But if I don't want it, I should be forced to have it.
Yes.
No. Abortion should never be forced.
No,
No, not abortion. Like if I don't want the baby, I should be forced to have it.
Yes.
When it comes to rape, incest,
No, just
life of-
consensual,
Yo,
regular
just
ass sex.
consensual, right? Yeah,
I was stupid at 17, 16. I got
that's
pregnant.
your fault.
What
Yeah.
state do you live in?
I live in Louisiana.
Okay. You got to 8 weeks.
To do what?
Get
Have an abortion.
Oh, you can do it at 8 weeks.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's dope.
See,
Why are y'all staring at me?
where his and I arguments differ, as far as the morality of abortion, I have no stance. I don't care. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, no, that's subjective.
My argument is completely legal.
Yeah,
Who has the right to determine?
the mother.
Why?
According to
Because it's
the
a parasite in her stomach.
according to the law, who has the right to determine?
School me.
The law.
Oh.
So in New York, you're gonna have one up to 40 weeks. In Florida, you got till 6. It depends on the state. States have
In Utah, you having that damn baby.
In Michigan, up to 9 months.
40 weeks. But
That is nanners.
states have been given the option, and Kentucky, I'll take this for an example. Kentucky, which is a reliably Republican state, voted unanimously. And what I mean by unanimously is
Everybody.
over 3/4, which is considered a supermajority, to enshrine abortion in the state constitution. So in Kentucky, they can have abortion up to like 24 weeks.
That's a really red state, too.
And that's a really conservative
Like
state.
dark red.
Yeah, like blood.
Like no blue in
Right.
it.
So give people the chance to choose, but don't make the policy of California the policy of Oklahoma. That's not fair.
Why?
Because we are a federalist society. The federal government,
Yeah, but it's easy to say that, but now you're taking the right out of people's hands that wanted it.
then move to California.
Well, that's cheap.
Eh?
Right.
I mean,
It's like
But like,
uproot my life or change my life. It's
you know
either
what I'm
way.
saying? Like, that's crazy. That is crazy talk.
no, not
Now,
really.
if they came out of left field and wanted to start taking
wait,
guns out of
wait,
people's
so wait.
hands, suddenly they want to start punching stuff.
So
against
That's in the
Amendment.
Constitution. That's in the Constitution.
Oh, well, let's hide behind that paywall.
Whoa,
I don't
whoa,
like
whoa, buddy.
I don't like America's foreign policy.
Yeah.
Should I move to Mexico?
Yes.
Or should I change America's foreign policy, which I have no power
No,
to
bitch,
do?
move to Mexico if you
Yeah.
don't like it.
Okay. So what's the difference?
That's easy, right? No, that's crazy. You can't just move to Mexico.
Correct.
Yeah.
So what's the difference in the argument?
No,
Exactly.
I got
That's
the
what I
just have
said.
to live
No,
with
wait.
it?
I got the
Hold on, y'all are
difference.
yelling at me and I don't like it. Yell at Turtle, he's black.
Fucking Scott got me started.
No.
Don't call me that.
Here's my thing. So, New York has it up to 40 weeks. You well know you're pregnant.
Yeah.
A flight to New York
From here,
from here.
yeah, $70.
All right.
Yeah.
A flight back.
Another
I
second.
think it's round trip is 70.
Oh,
Yeah, I think it's something crazy, like $70.
Word, so you got 40 weeks to save $70 plus the $300 it's going to cost you to
But
have
I'm
the
12.
abortion. Rape and incest? Again.
Rape and incest has.
No, it was consensual. I'm just 12.
You can't consent in the state of Louisiana at 12 years old.
Why not?
What if it's another 12?
I was fucking
doesn't
at
matter.
13. What
Still
you
not
mean?
consensual.
Wow. That's crazy.
All them plan Bs I got, you could have just scooped it out.
Like I said.
I love feeling it. Can you feel it? Can you feel it in the room?
All right, can we get on to a
He
different
brought
topic?
up guns. I'll come across this fucking table.
So how about PlayStation dropping a top
Hold
20
up.
this
I
month?
have never seen Dustin look at me and go, whoa, whoa.
No, not guns. The Constitution. The most important piece of paper on the planet.
When it works for you.
No.
Always.
Period. It's the thing that makes slaves free. It's the thing that made America a thing.
Prohibition was
No,
in
that was
once.
the Declaration of Independence.
Yeah, that's different. That's that thing Nicolas Cage.
Don't get into American history with me.
Yeah, I mean, prohibition was an amendment once.
Correct, it was.
So
And
was
it
slavery.
Slavery was never.
It
an
was the
amendment.
21st Amendment.
Yep.
Sorry. Sorry. I hate it because he's looking at me like, I'm gonna break your fucking neck. I'm gonna break your fucking neck.
I love the energy you had behind the Constitution, but the thing that made America America was the Declaration of Independence.
No, but my whole thing is
Followed by the Articles of Confederation.
if prohibition, I believe there was a couple of amendments that have gotten changed over the past 100 years. What's to stop one day them saying, okay, the Second Amendment is unconstitutional, we should change that?
Do you know how hard it is to add an amendment?
But they have.
I don't know.
Correct,
Abe
they
Lincoln
have.
did that
So
shit
what if
like
one
a
day they
day.
start
Because-
fucking with guns?
Because it was so popular.
Yeah.
It has to be.
Who likes getting fucked up?
Do
You know what I'm
think it's-
saying?
Do you think it's
Everyone.
easier to do?
Exactly. So
Do you
we
think-
were able to get prohibition kicked out.
Do you think it's easier to do during shit like a civil war?
What do you mean? Add an amendment to a constitution? No,
Because the country's divided and shit, so only like half of them have to agree.
no, because
I feel like that's how Abe Lincoln did it.
no.
He was like, finally, all the racists are gone. Somebody vote.
Abe,
Slaves
Lin-
are free.
Abe Lincoln didn't. Abe Lincoln did not want to
Free the slaves.
He didn't want to free the slaves when he did.
Right,
You had emancipationists,
right.
and then you had constitutionalists.
He was going
Right.
for the vote.
Yeah,
He was a constitutionalist.
right.
He wanted to slowly vote slavery out over time.
That's why it's called the Emancipation Proclamation.
It was because of a simple man named Cassius Clay.
Clay.
Yep,
A lot of you may recognize his name.
but it's not the same guy.
Nope.
Not
Muhammad
He
Ali
would-
did
Hey,
not
if Muhammad
indeed help
Ali
Abe
was
Lincoln.
talking shit with Abraham Lincoln, that would have been hilarious.
Cassius Clay was a white
Man.
dude from Kentucky.
Yeah, that's why he changed his name.
Muhammad Ali was originally named after
Cassius Clay,
Cassius
yeah.
Clay.
Yeah, that's why he
Cassius
changed
Clay
his name.
was an emancipationist. Emancipationist said slavery needs to stop now, and I'm willing to fight about it.
Abe
and-
Lincoln was like, nigga, I'm already fighting like half the country.
Well,
No, it wasn't until after.
Abe Lincoln wanted Cassius Clay to be it was like a general during the Civil War or something, and Cassius Clay said, "Fuck you,
I ain't
unless
fighting
you,
this white man's war.
unless you sign this document." So
Right.
he basically peered pressure Abraham
Lincoln.
Lincoln.
Right.
Like, that's drop my balls on the table. We're stopping this shit now.
I mean,
Right.
he was the deadliest duelist in the
American
country at the
history.
time.
Yeah.
No, still to this day,
Yeah.
the deadliest duelist in American history. He has 179 confirmed legal duels.
Winning duels, yeah. Obviously winning.
Survived
Stupid
3
me.
assassination attempts.
Tough.
One of them, he was jumped by 7 brothers, stabbed in the chest, pulled the knife out, killed 2 brothers, shot 3 more, and the other 2 got away.
Hey, you think you got hands? You think you got
You know what I'm
hands?
saying? Make you kind of upset. Like, you feel like Muhammad Ali kind of made the wrong name change. You know what I mean?
Right?
And then my dude stood,
know how much
and
shit
then my
I could
dude
talk with that
stood
name?
up and finished giving his speech. Like, fuck you.
Bleeding out his chest and shit, just like, I got something to say.
He lived to like 83 and
83?
then died of exhaustion.
I bet.
just
Because he
like
was
in his
tired of being a badass.
That's where Chuck Norris got all his moves from.
Like, literally, when he died in Whitehall, which was his family home, he would
Whitehall.
have so many run-ins with the sheriff. The sheriff went to the town magistrate and said, "If you want me to go back to Whitehall, you better be ready to deploy the local militia with me, because I'm not going. Fuck off."
I love all those old timey stories. My favorite's always Robert Ford, or as he's known in history, the coward Robert Ford,
My favorite's the Bible.
because he's of course. But Robert Ford's the one that killed Jesse James, shot him in the back of the head while he was dusting a painting. And then he went on a tour, like telling everybody how much of a badass he was, because he's the one that killed Jesse James.
Yeah.
And then finally, like, somebody walked into his bar one day and was like, "Hey, Robert." He turned around, double barrels. and nobody saw a fucking thing. Fuck
What
you,
happened?
pussy.
I don't know.
Fuck you, pussy.
I know
Because I
that.
love that Jesse James was one of the most wanted men in America at a certain point. This is the man that killed him, and he essentially became the most hated man in America because of it. Because he was like, everybody was like, "You're a pussy."
Right.
Like you didn't even fight him one-on-one. You waited until he trusted you, and then turned around to like he put his guns down and like turned around to like go clean a paint, and then you pussy.
Also, if I'm not mistaken, there was like a whole state that was dependent on Jesse James's money.
He was like the Robin Hood. Like everything that he stole, he broke off and gave to everybody. So like a lot of people, the government hated him for obvious reasons.
And during that time, and during westward expansion, money was scarce.
Yeah.
You can't grow shit in sand.
No.
You know,
And
that
he
shit's
was
hard.
And he was the guy. And then on top of that, he was a family man too. So like the average American loved that about him. Was like, yeah, he was robbing trains, and then he fucking went home
And
to his
made
wife and 3 kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So I mean, that's just hilarious. But anyway,
So
oh, you want
abortion.
to talk about that?
I really do.
All right, abortion. So,
That's not what I showed him.
no, he just showed me a picture that said abortion's right. Do it.
Give the woman their scoops.
Give him the scoopy. Like I said, bro, hey, it's summer vacation. You want a fucking abortion? Do your thing, baby.
You know, 7 p.m. Friday.
It's 98 degrees. It's $300 and $300. I got no, that didn't work. Start the episode over. We're gonna.
No, we're not.
It's $300 and they'll scoop out the babies.
Yeah.
See, I got you.
Fucking rappers. So Jason, what did you want to talk about?
So this past week, shout out to Sony PlayStation. They reached 30 years
We'll give it up for him one time.
since the drop of the PS1.
Bro, they put out a trailer. They put out a nice little like thank you video, and it had so many clips of like video. And I even told Turtle, like, I came home that night and I was like, I watched that and got teary-eyed. Like, you forget how much of an effect video games have had on your life, and like everybody's like, "Oh, you wasting
That
your
shit raised
bro."
us, dog.
Like we grew up like me and my dad barely had a relationship. We played Tomb Raider together. You know what I'm saying? Like we played video games together because I was the only one that had a system, and he came to my mom's house. It was weird, but. You know what I'm saying? Like you grew up like playing Tomb Raider, and now it's like I'm 33 years old. They just released a new one a couple years ago. My kid might grow up playing fucking Tomb Raider too. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a full circle moment, and it also makes you realize how old you are because I forgot. But anyway,
So they came out with
IGN.
IGN came out with a top 20. I guess we'll only go
Top
through
100.
Yeah, top 100. We got the top 20 here. I guess I'll only go through the top 10.
Oh, you can go through the top 20.
Okay.
Let's list them off.
So this is the top 20 best PlayStation games of all
All right,
time.
and when you name them, Turtle, Dustin, me and you, say I if you agree with it being in the top 20.
Okay. At number 20, Silent Hill 2.
I.
Uh.
Okay.
At number
That's fine. I'll accept that.
at number 19, Dark Souls.
I never played it, but I've heard how amazing it is.
Yeah, great game. At number 18, Gran Turismo 3 A-Spec. Not a fan of racing games.
Me either.
It's probably one of the most realistic racing games. Realistic
What is it, Gran
racing games.
Turismo?
Unless
Yeah,
it's
that's
Need
right.
for Speed. I loved Need for Speed.
I was about to say,
Right.
Gran Turismo as a franchise, maybe. I don't understand 3. Maybe 3 was like the breakout one.
It was.
It's the cars too.
Yeah. Okay.
Very
I'll take your
iconic.
word for it.
Number 17, Persona 4 Golden. Never even heard of it.
Nope.
So
It's a fighting game.
My brother played that game. It's a turn-based fighting game. It's really fucking popular in Japan, so I
Yeah.
understand why it's on there.
Okay.
And
Okay.
in America, for some reason, they made an anime out of it.
Yeah.
Number 16, and I'm going to say because I believe it should have been higher on the list.
Okay.
The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt.
Never played it.
Yeah.
I
fuck
believe
with
it
the
should have
Witcher
been
games.
I've
higher.
heard so much fucking shit about Witcher 3.
I love the Witcher games.
Don't fucking doubt it for a second.
Number 15, and I'm going to say just because there's another one further up on the list. Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater.
Snake Eater was pretty incredible.
It was a good
Top
game.
20?
Nah,
I don't know.
50.
Yeah, I didn't play. I didn't play any of
In
the
the
Metal Gear
40s.
Solids. Wasn't
Yeah,
in my
I'll
top.
give it top 50.
I'll give it
that.
top 50.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the 40s.
You know?
Yeah.
Number 14, Castlevania Symphony of Night.
Yeah, I never played Castlevania.
I did when I was real young. None of those games really stand out to me like that.
Okay.
Anime dope, though.
Sure.
Yeah. Number 13, Elden Ring.
Aye.
Another one. I played a little bit of it. I heard so much more about it. Like, I wish I would have stuck
I ain't
with
got
it.
time.
I don't have the time. Like, the amount of
Yeah.
commitment it takes to play that fucking game, I don't
You gotta
have the
have
time.
To
That-
play that game and be successful at playing.
that.
Yes.
And that's one of the few games, but it goes along with all of the Dark Souls series. It's not just about leveling up. You have to actually get good.
Yeah, because the opening mission, you walk out there in front of a bunch of people that will fuck you up.
And you die.
You have to keep going and just get run, and just get better, and then you can come back to the beginning of the game and fight them. It's crazy.
That first fight you get in an Elden Ring,
You die.
You're meant to die.
You die.
You're dead.
Number 12, The Last of Us Part 2.
I don't think it should have been top 20.
So don't say I.
Coming from you,
I'm
that's
conflicted.
a lot.
I'm conflicted because The Last of Us Part
Or
Two.
maybe you was
I also
conflicted.
think. Can you hear me good?
Yeah, I can hear
I
you.
also think The Last of Us Part 2, I'm more protective of because so many people tried to jump out the window and say it was a dog shit game because there was a transgender person in it. So people tried to immediately write it off like, oh, it's too woke, it sucks, it's da da da. It was, in my opinion, it was a better game than the first one mechanically. Maybe story-wise, the first one was better. I'll actually say that for sure. The first one had a better story. But the second game, in my opinion, was a better game. But the first one still kind of overshadows it because it was groundbreaking. And also, number 2 just got like, that was one of those first games that got review bombed because people were like, it's got a transgender person in it. 1 star, too woke, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, you're literally shitting on a masterpiece right now because of your own ideology. You know what I'm saying? Like, unfortunately, you may not agree with the whole woke business, but trans people exist.
Yeah.
And one person out of the 50 characters in this game happens to be transgender, and you don't even realize it unless you really pay attention. I feel like y'all are shitting on a perfect game because of your own bullshit. And to me, that's why, like, I'm kind of saying because it was a fucking masterpiece, but I don't know top 20. But that's what's making me think it's because of how protective I am over it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
See, out of everything you just said, what I take from it and what resonates with me,
It's fuck transgenders.
I will.
Dude,
No, not that.
chicks with a dick. It's not gay. You know?
I
There's no
will.
chicks with dick, Johnny.
will
Only guys
sacri-
with tits.
I will sacrifice a great story for an okay story if my mechanics on gameplay get better. Because I'm here to play a game. I'm not here to watch a movie.
All right, so
And that's how I feel about that.
That's
Yeah,
the problem.
games with too many cutscenes bother the fuck.
Irk
out.
my soul.
I don't know. Maybe
How
it's-
much shit I gotta skip?
Right.
Maybe it's because I'm just so invested in the story that like I don't realize it. I don't feel like The Last of Us had too many cutscenes. Some might disagree, but The Last of Us was also revolutionary in the sense that the game itself is also meant to be enjoyed as a story. It's
Like-
not just like Batman. You go out there, they give you the initial story, and then it's beat 'em up, cutscene every now and then, beat 'em up, beat 'em up, beat 'em up, cutscene. The Last of Us is meant to be enjoyed as the story as well. So that might be where the disconnect comes for a lot of people.
Well, that's like I remember you telling me when I downloaded The Last of Us to finally play it. They have a cinematic mode.
Yes.
Where it's basically it takes out all the gameplay and it's just the movie of The
More or
Last
less.
of Us.
Yeah. So
Okay.
you can enjoy The Last of Us as just like a movie if you wanted to. I would recommend go and watch the HBO show if you haven't. But as a game, that's like I played Xbox for a long time. The Last of Us is the reason I bought a PlayStation again. Because I fell off of it, but I heard how like people were tripping over themselves to shower The Last of Us with awards.
Glaze.
And it wasn't for no reason.
All right, moving on from there, we have number 11, Resident Evil 2 2019.
Aye.
I never played it, but I heard great things.
Yeah.
Do it.
Eye.
Do yourself the favor.
Okay.
I think it's free right now. No, it's like $20.
Number 10, Baldur's Gate 3.
Yes.
I've heard nothing but good things.
I've heard
Yeah,
nothing but good things.
I've heard great things, but I don't like that type of gameplay, so I'm not gonna give it top 20.
Okay, number 9, I'm going to need all of y'all to stay in y'all seats. Grand Theft Auto 5 online.
Aye.
Okay.
Aye.
I gotta piss.
Keep your microphone on you.
Pee in the sink like an adult.
Number 8, Uncharted 2, Among Thieves.
Aye.
Eye.
Uncharted 2 was the game that broke the mold
Yeah.
because I remember before I even got to play it, the running praise was there were moments I had my controller just sitting down because I was like, this is a cutscene. And it wasn't.
Right.
Like you're like that building is falling.
Right.
Run.
Right.
But you were like you never saw that in actual gameplay before.
Right.
You'd be standing in a building, the building would fall, and then you would take control after your character came from the rubble or something like that.
Right.
This was one of those first games that the building was falling and now you have to run and jump out of a window into the neighboring window or you died.
Right.
And then I thought that, I didn't know, now I know I sound stupid when I say this, I don't know if that was done intentionally while I was playing it. And then one of the developers recently came out and said like, yeah, I remember sitting in the fucking thing testing this game where it was like, this was supposed to be a cutscene, but we made it playable.
Right.
And nobody had ever seen this before.
Right.
So,
That's
broke the mold.
Number 7, Red Dead Redemption 2.
Aye.
Aye. Number 6, Final Fantasy 7. It doesn't clarify whether it's the PS1 version or the remaster.
You got
Either way, no.
Either way,
No.
I've never been a Final Fantasy person,
guy,
but
yeah.
I respect its legacy.
I'm a Final Fantasy head. That is my game.
Yeah.
My personal favorite's Final Fantasy 9.
Okay.
I love the character development a lot more in that one. But Final Fantasy 7 gave us characters in other games.
Kingdom Hearts.
Cloud. It gave us one of the most iconic.
Is it Sephiroth? Yeah.
Sephiroth is one of the most iconic video game villains ever. So
Scary motherfucker.
yeah,
Yeah.
with one black angel wing and a giant rapier
Yeah.
sword.
Yeah. A what?
Rapier.
I knew you were into that.
So I can understand the placement at 6. Number 5, The Last of Us.
Aye.
Yeah.
For sure.
Last of Us, the first one was chef's kiss.
Number 4,
You need to finish it.
and this is probably the oldest game.
Don't skip over that. You need to finish The Last of Us.
Okay. This is probably the oldest game in the top 10. Shadow of Colossus.
Oh yeah, that's
Aye.
I'll give that one an eye just because I know the legend behind that game.
It
Like, I
was-
never played it personally, but there's so many good reviews on that fucking game.
I did. It was beautiful as far as it was a PS2 game.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
far as landscaping and just the fact that this game was 15 different boss battles and that's all it was.
Right.
Yeah.
the mixture and the different fighting styles you had to use for each of the 15 was beautiful. So I'd give it an eye. Number 3, Bloodborne.
Wait, what is that? Oh, that's the vampire game?
I think it's as a franchise, if we were talking franchises,
the Bloodborne franchise.
Bloodborne would be in the top 3. If we're talking individual video games, I have an issue at number 3.
I've never not heard amazing things about Bloodborne.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I see it. Honestly, I don't know much about the game.
I don't know enough about
So
it.
I
I've
can't
heard a
say
lot
I
about
can
it.
give it an eye.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got a 9.1 out of 10 on IGN.
Reputation alone, I'll give it an eye.
Number 2, God of War 2018.
Aye.
But I have fucking problems with it.
Why?
It shouldn't be that game.
What do you mean?
Should be
It
the
should be
first
God
one.
of War 3.
Mm.
God of War 3 is the pinnacle of God of War.
Who was the villains in 3?
Zeus.
All
It was the
Well,
culmination.
no, I know like
No,
Ares.
wait.
Ares is the first one.
It's
Yeah.
the culmination of the story.
Yeah, of Kratos' story.
It's the culmination of what you've been playing since the beginning in PlayStation 2.
Right. A lot of people though didn't pick up on God of War until
Which is insanity.
right.
Because I never heard enough about God of War.
Hold up,
when I
I'm
was
trying
a
to
kid.
follow your logic here. Because God of War 3, for the original PlayStation 2 or 3,
It was 3.
it culminated the Greek
story.
pantheon.
Yeah.
It finished it.
Right.
He fell off of Mount Olympus, went into the ocean, washed up on Norwegian shores.
Yeah.
Into the
That's not all he did.
Look at how offended he is.
Because I know everything.
abortion,
I'm
right?
sorry.
But he washed up on into the Norse mythology shores.
Yeah, eventually.
Yeah.
So where do you have an issue with the story?
I have not an issue.
Not the
it's
issue with the
it's-
story.
No, nothing with the story.
talking about the
I'm
ranking
talking
of
about
the game.
The ranking of the game. I believe God of War 3 was a better game than the God of Wars, the newer God of War.
Because it was the culmination
Of
of
a story.
Kratos' story.
It was a build-up. Like you had him fight Ares because Zeus wanted him to. It's a manipulation all the way through, and a culmination of all this story that I played and like everybody played, and what made the new God of War what it is.
Yeah.
It made it what it is.
Yeah.
The
If
only
God of
reason
War
that
3 doesn't happen, then yeah.
Yep,
You don't get none of the new shit.
none of it.
Okay.
But I still,
How big
I still
God
think,
of War? No, listen. How big God of War 3 was?
Right.
When they remastered it is when they gained all their fans. When they started.
okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So I misunderstood you. I thought you had an issue with the God of War 2018 story.
No.
You have an
Great
issue
story.
with it being placed at number 2
Yeah.
Right. Over
as
God of War 3.
over God of War.
If you're going to
3.
put a God of War
We're
at
up
number
there,
2, it should be God of
number
War 3.
Right.
As somebody who played all of them, I will humbly disagree with you.
Okay.
I loved God of War 2018. I'm not a fan of hack and slashes.
So here's my problem with God of War 2018, and the reason I put it behind God of War 3. It drew too much from other games.
Yeah.
Okay.
It took a player base, what player bases was liking in adventure games at that time, and was like, I'm gonna adapt to the God of War story instead of being true to my source material.
Yeah.
I think but I think what they did with the story to make that happen actually worked. Because if you look at the original 3 God of War games, Kratos was an angry son of a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at God of War 2018, he had actually calmed down. So now
He's a little more
giving him,
docile.
now giving him the ability to block and parry actually makes sense.
Yeah,
in
he's a lot more
story
patient.
perspective.
But that's not all they did about the game.
Right.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying just in the combat aspect. I like the combat aspect.
He's talking about the culmination of the game itself.
how everything plays out.
Yeah.
You can give me that exact same God of War story with the same combat system without me having to go out of my way all the time to do things.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're upset they took away so much of the puzzles of God of War 1 through 3 and added in more of an RPG style.
Right.
You took away a
Linear
core
path.
aspect of what your franchise was
Yeah.
to cater to an entire different player base to get them to come in, knowing that the player base you already had would play your game because they loved the story of Kratos.
Yep.
So no matter what, you had all these fans, and now you're getting a whole other fan because you're pretty much the reason we loved God of War was because of the story and because of how brutal it was. It wasn't because, oh, I had to go explore and connect and collect all these things. Oh, if I found them that helped me, great. I didn't have to go looking for all the eyes in the first one. I didn't have to go looking for all the feathers in the second one. I just came across them organically. And it just helped me if I went a little bit out of my way. Whereas in God of War 2018, there's things you got to do that you have to go extremely out your way. If you want to fight the Valkyries, that's a whole like fucking thing. You got to go searching and try to find that to get a certain piece of material to make a certain piece of weaponry or something that you want, which would be coming from like...
But as video games have evolved, and especially RPGs have evolved, I'm not upset with it. If I'm a completionist today is not a completionist from 10 years ago.
No.
You can't play a linear game from 10 years ago and think you're going to play it the same as today.
No.
So I don't mind having to go back to a starting area now that I have a new weapon to unlock a different area. That doesn't bother me. And
What I'm saying is...
I think it's a beautiful touch.
It added an aspect to the story that personally I didn't feel needed to be added. Like when you're playing the first three, everything that you do in 2018, like getting your different weapons, getting your different things, collecting your items, you do that in 3 through fighting the gods and doing different things.
Right. I like that aspect of it. Like, I like what he's saying about, like, I get what he's saying about, like, how that has changed. Like, having to go and buy these certain type of armors and shit like that. When all I had to do back in the day was just press a button
Right.
and apply the right shit. You know what I'm saying? And how I got my weapons, I got it through blood, not because I had saved up enough souls to exchange with the blacksmith and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But when we were 17, just pushing a button was great. Now
I mean, but at the same time, like, that's not what made that game great. Was the fact that I just pushed this button and the fact that I had to literally get this weapon out of this person's hands in order to use it myself. You know what I'm saying? Or to beat the next motherfucker. Instead of being like, oh, I gotta go save up this and get one of these and do that so I can go back to the blacksmith and buy this one piece of armor that'll give me a slight advantage over the next nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but even the original God of Wars had that same aspect of what happens when I get the next weapon and I don't have enough souls to upgrade it how I want. To upgrade the abilities how I want.
You have to get it out the mud at that point. You can't go backwards in that game. So at
Right.
that point, you have to make yourself a good enough player to use the things you have to win. There's been several situations.
Your
You're
brother been
upset.
wanting a nerd corner?
Yeah.
Here we go.
So you're upset with the grind. You're
No.
upset that they added a grind aspect.
We're all sick of the grind aspects of video
I
games.
I love
Especially
it.
after I just got off the work. like,
Bruh.
I got upset that
You play Ark. Shut your mouth. What you mean
I do
you're
not.
upset with the
I do
grind
not.
he plays
aspect?
Pal World now.
I do not. I deleted Ark.
You play Power
I
World.
deleted Ark.
Sir,
Yes, I did.
you play Ark with Pokemon.
And there's no grind in Power World. I am a slave owner in Power World. Those
Shocking.
things work for
So
me.
no.
Half of your DNA going to work.
Look at how
Went
those
from a
tables
pigeon-
be tabling. Huh?
My dude went from a pigeon prostitution ring to a plantation.
All right, well, wait. We haven't even gotten to number 1 yet.
No, but so my whole problem with it isn't It's nothing to do with the game. Like it's
They just
placement on the
changed
list.
the
It's a
base
great
of the
game.
game.
No,
It's
yeah,
a
that's
great
what they
game.
did. They changed what the game was.
The soul.
Right.
Like you took something that, in my opinion, was great because all you did, like from 1, you could just kind of block and roll. To 2, block roll, you could parry and you could do a different block that would break the larger enemy's attacks and allow you to get inside. Number 3, it allowed you to do different combos, add different shit to the things you do, and
Quick swap weapons.
yeah, different things, along with allowing you to fly because you got Hermes fucking boots.
Icarus's wings.
No, Hermes boots.
Yeah.
Which one was Icarus's wings?
That was
Icarus's
2.
wings is 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like through different things, like fighting Hercules, having to beat the fuck out of Hercules and take the gauntlets off of him.
That was beautiful.
I
Because
will
when
say,
you rip that first gauntlet off, that bitch came down like a fucking lightning bolt from Zeus.
I will say
Boom,
I
bitch.
did not
Give me
like
that
the
other one.
gauntlets aspect they added to Hercules, but that's a whole nother conversation.
No,
Yeah.
that was just to add another weapon, but that's a game.
So
You couldn't give Kratos at that time a hammer.
So
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
but okay, so
like, all right, you could have changed 2018 and changed aspects of it and made it what God of War 3 was for Norse mythology. Using the same story.
Yeah.
The
He's
way
not
he
lying.
gets his weapons in the way he gets his weapons in 2018 is all through cutscenes. The way you upgrade
so at number 2, yay or nay?
nay, very
Nay?
nay.
God of War, not 2018.
2018.
Okay. Number 1, Metal Gear Solid.
So now you've officially delved into new territory because, like I said, say yay or nay if you believe it deserves to be on the list. I believe Metal Gear Solid deserves to be on the list.
As a franchise,
Not number 1.
as
No.
a franchise, I do believe number 1. As an individual game,
No.
no. Okay.
What would you have as number 1?
You're right.
Final Fantasy?
Nope.
I thought you said Metal Gear.
No. Well, if I was making the list, what would be my number 1?
Yeah.
Would be Final Fantasy.
Okay.
Crash Bandicoot.
Yup, there it is.
Watch this.
Do you want to know why?
I would
Watch
have
this,
it on
watch
the list,
this.
but we haven't seen one since what? PS2?
Shit,
No,
nigga,
they
they had a
just
Crash
came out
Bandicoot
with
4.
one.
Yeah.
They
I just bought that bitch
yeah.
like 2 years ago.
They got one that came out on the PlayStation 4, Jason. It's dope. You travel
Yeah.
through time.
Is it still just the original Spin Attack?
Doesn't
No,
matter.
actually, it was one of the first games that they dropped for PS4 and PS5.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
Crash Bandicoot ranked number 57.
that's
That upsets
disgusting.
me.
That is disgusting.
Spyro's not even on the fucking list.
It's on the list.
Oh, is
Just
it?
further down.
You ready?
He only sent the top 20.
98.
I'll
That is
fight you,
ridiculous.
dog.
That is
That
ridiculous.
is crazy.
So
And
one,
mine-
I want to give an honorable mention to that I would put in the top, maybe not number 1 or maybe not top 5, but it's For Honor. That game has
Okay.
lasted since 2015.
Yeah, that's tough.
You know what I'm
Somebody
saying?
said the other day,
That
like
shit came out on PlayStation 3.
Ubisoft is on its way down, but somebody said like they keep making games that like instead of updating their old ones, they keep making new games that just keep flopping. And somebody even said in the comments they were like they need to keep updating For Honor.
Yeah.
Like it still stands the test of time
Yeah.
thus far.
Yeah.
And motherfuckers are
We
still
play that
playing
shit.
it. You know what I'm saying? Mine was not number 1, but what I thought should have been higher up on the list was Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
Because I grew up on that game, and
Yep.
when they
So-
revamped it, I was super excited. I like that they made it a more survival style game. I don't like that they took away her dual pistols to begin with, but having her at number 38
That's tough.
is tough.
So you're not a fan of bow and arrow, Laura Croft?
So
I'm not against a bow and arrow on Laura Croft.
But
I'm
give me my
against her not having her
245s.
dual pistols to start because that's always been her thing. You know what I'm saying? But for me, number 1, if I had to choose, I would have to put Grand Theft Auto 3.
Really?
Because I remember when that game came out, it stopped the gaming community. Like, we'd never seen a game like that before.
No,
when
because
it
the first
came
two
out.
Grand Theft Autos were 2D.
Yep.
2D,
It was-
top down.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then I remember when Grand Theft Auto 3 came out, I was in like 5th grade, and motherfuckers were tripping over themselves with the cheat codes, number one. And we'd never had a game that was open world like that before. And
Ever.
a sandbox style game that like you could just run, like you could play the game.
You must be
Right.
talking about GTA.
GTA 3. That's what I would have as number one. Because
So-
if not GTA 3, San Andreas.
Nah, I would do Vice
Vice City. A lot of people felt the same
That
way.
was my
And you're not
introduction.
wrong. You're
that
not
was
wrong.
my introduction to Grand
You're
Theft
not
Auto.
wrong.
Grand
Especially
Theft Auto
because
3 wasn't even a thought in my mind. And then
I loved playing Grand Theft
Vice
Auto
City.
3. And then when Vice City came out and motherfuckers started bringing up the motorcycles, like Vice City introduced the motorcycles, but then with
the sports cars.
the sport, 3 had the Banshees and shit, but it hit different in
You
Vice
can go
City.
get that Cobra out of that fucking warehouse.
Out of the warehouse
Yup.
on the side with the glass windows.
Y'all.
But then,
I feel like there's a lot of PlayStation games that they forgot.
You know what upset?
Yeah.
Like,
Nah, they didn't forget. He had like a list of 100. He just sent us the top 20.
Was Assassin's Creed a PlayStation exclusive? when it
no,
first
it
came out?
wasn't a PlayStation exclusive, but it is still on the list. That's also something that people were bringing up about this, was that it's not all PlayStation exclusives.
so like,
Right.
my big issue with like the top 5 and the top 10,
Prince of Persia
that's a PlayStation.
was 69.
That's tough too. Like they didn't give enough appreciation to the originals. The thing that made PlayStation what it was in one, the thing that made you sell.
See, like I said in the chat, I think they should have gone by console.
Yeah,
I think you should have
Because-
just gave us a top 10
of each
by
console. Yep.
Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag is number 60.
Damn.
That's the earliest one?
No, that is the one that's on the list.
That's upsetting
yeah.
because what
I
was
enjoyed-
it? Assassin's Creed.
1.
No, not 1. It was
Like 3.
No, you got 2 with Ezio. Everybody loved Ezio.
the second Ezio. There was 3 games with Ezio. The second Ezio game.
Brotherhood or Unity?
Brotherhood, I believe.
Let me look it up.
It was like Assassin's Creed 2 too.
Y'all keep talking.
But yeah, I just didn't feel like they gave enough love to the originals, the thing that gave them their bread and butter. Like
your Spyros, your Crash.
Devil May
Bandicoots.
Cry, man.
fucking-
Your-
Devil May Cry is on the list.
Yeah, probably not high up.
High.
But like, you didn't give no love. Did they put a Mortal Kombat up there?
No,
No, of course not.
I don't think I saw one.
What was the one with the alien? Was it
da-da-da-da.
Oddworld?
Wait, what?
Which one?
Is fucking like
one-
Sackboy?
No,
no,
the one with the little
Oddworld.
funny looking
The Alien? Yeah, it's
alien-
Oddworld.
Oddworld.
Yeah, that's Brittany's favorite game.
That game was ahead of its time
Mm.
because it was honestly kind of complicated.
Yeah, definitely.
No, yeah, but like
Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed 2 Discovery, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, Revelation, and Embers.
I want to say it was Brotherhood.
Yeah, Brotherhood was another really big one.
Brotherhood was amazing. Revelations wasn't bad either. That was a great game.
Assassin's Creed Syndicate was like the coolest. one.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That shit was
Crazy.
I wasn't a fan.
What? Syndicate was the shit.
do they have any Hitman games on there?
Yes, I just saw one. I
I'm
lost
sure
it for a
that's got to
second.
be in the 30s.
Yeah,
Devil May
100%.
Cry is number 66.
That's tough.
That's wild.
I mean, if it's the first one, I get it,
Yeah.
but like Devil May Cry 3 better be high up.
Yeah.
Hitman World of Assassination is number 61.
Why that?
Blood Money should have been up there at the very
Facts.
least.
Why?
Blood
that
Money
one?
could at least be top 30.
Yeah, easily.
I don't know.
Blood Money was the first one I ever played that it was like, all right, look, you can go through here, steal people's clothes, assassinate them with poison in the apple or whatever,
Yep.
or you can walk in this bitch, kill everybody.
Yep, and this bitch out. You're not gonna make no money, but
One of my favorite things
You
to
can
on
do it,
that
is the
one
point.
was one of the sniper missions. I could kill like everybody before anybody knew what was going on.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Assassin's Creed was one of those games that, like, if you grinded it out, you felt accomplished.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
by
Absolutely.
the time that bitch paid off and you got all 5 stars, like, you assassinated him, not a trace left behind, no witness. You were like,
Yeah, I can kill somebody in real life.
I did that shit. Like,
That was one of the few games, and that's why I loved Assassin's Creed Odyssey, the Greek one, because it actually punished you because every other game, if you got caught mid-mission trying to sneak to kill somebody, at the end of the day, you know, you could parry and
yeah.
you could take out 50 motherfuckers in
Yeah.
a sword fight.
1v50 easily if you knew how to
Easy.
parry correctly.
In Odyssey, they added in that leveling system.
Uh-huh.
And if you came up on a motherfucker who had a red lion's head on their level, you can parry them all fucking day. You ain't beating them. You just ain't doing it.
And this is a subjective moment. Some people will agree, most people will disagree. Ghost of Tsushima at 56. You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, right. Like, I get it,
why.
but at the same time,
I fucks with it because I like the number 56, but like y'all didn't give no fucking love to Crash Bandicoot or Spyro or Twisted Metal or fucking the game me and you talked about, fucking PlayStation original Infamous.
Infamous.
Yeah.
Like, bruh, things that made your systems good and made people buy them when they came out. You're like, I'm not gonna give y'all
Batman
no love.
Arkham City is at 54, which I get I'm biased. I get it. I get I'm biased. But when Arkham City came out, motherfuckers would, that's another one. Motherfuckers were tripping over themselves to throw an award at it. Like, Arkham City, like, I love Arkham Knight more, but Arkham City, motherfuckers loved. You hear me?
I'm conflicted with the 56 Ghost of Tsushima. Because part of me is like, that game was amazing. It should have been higher. The other part of me is I don't feel the nostalgia to it that I feel to a lot of the other games.
Of course, yeah. And that's kind of what
just
it's
came out.
Agreed.
Yeah, right. Like now,
Agreed.
20 years from now, we might still be like, kid, you never played a game like Ghost of Tsushima. Fuck this little bullshit Call of Duty 92 that you're playing. You never played Ghost. You know what I'm saying? But right now,
World War III.
Here's also the thing that I think the four of us are good at.
and GTA 3 is at 50. Continue.
Here's the thing I think the four of us are good at appreciating that a lot of people that made this list are not.
Mm-hmm.
Is we can remember what a game was during its time.
Yes. Very
As
much.
opposed, because if you're comparing the graphics of Ghost of Tsushima now to Final Fantasy VII when it first came out,
Yeah.
you know,
Right. Like you're beating the special kid. You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm comparing grass to fucking barley. Like it's two different things.
Like, hey, to Turtle's credit, Grand Theft Auto 3 is listed at 50.
Mm-hmm.
Grand Theft Auto Vice City, 40. And that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because to Turtle's point, Grand Theft Auto 3 was groundbreaking. We've never seen a game like that before. Doesn't make it better than Grand Theft Auto Vice City because they took Grand Theft Auto 3 and made it better.
Right.
and just remapped it.
And remapped it and gave us a better cast, better story, better than, you know what I'm saying? Like they actually gave us a protagonist. We didn't know who the protagonist of 3 was until San Andreas.
Right.
It's the change of like, all right, God of War 3 would be Grand Theft Auto 2. God of War 2018 would be Grand Theft Auto 3.
Okay. Here we go. And then to also expound on that, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, number 23.
Is 4 on the list?
Oh.
Because 4 changed a lot when it was on PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
Like the aspect of the phone, the way that the world was laid out, the way everything looked.
Movement.
A
damaged,
lot of people say that Grand Theft Auto 4 is the
trash.
forgotten
Yeah. It is.
game out of the franchise because Grand Theft Auto 4 by itself, not great. But Rockstar came out and said when we were making Grand Theft Auto 4, the new Unreal Engine had just been released. So we were still learning how to use it when we released Grand Theft Auto 4. So to combat that, we're going to give you The Ballad of Gay Tony and The Lost and Damned, which were incredible.
Yeah.
And I think Grand Theft Auto 4 gets brushed under the rug because it wasn't necessarily on paper the best Grand Theft Auto, but now going back and looking at it, the physics of that game are better than 5. And like there's a lot of shit in 4 that is superior to 5. But 5 is one of the biggest selling media components of all time. Like fuck a movie, fuck a CD, fuck a DVD.
It's because of Grand Theft Auto Online.
Even before, it made $1 billion in 3 days, and we didn't get Grand Theft Auto Online until a month later.
Yep.
But
that's hard to pass up. You know
and
what I'm
then they
saying?
made a first-person shooter mode and sold even more copies.
We got Grand Theft Auto first person for PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
We just got regular ass fucking Grand Theft Auto 5 for PlayStation 3.
So
sold $1 billion in 3 days.
I want to ask a question that's probably on the mind of a lot of people.
Do it.
Call of Duty on the list?
Yes. Grand Theft. Call of Duty 4 was on there.
yeah, the original. It should be.
Yes, it should. What it shouldn't be.
Another one that built the franchise.
Yes.
Exactly. Changed games.
Absolutely.
21.
I'm cool with that.
Not mad at it.
Not
I'm
at
cool
all.
Not
with
mad at
that.
that at all.
Yep.
Nah.
You think higher?
Way higher. Top 10 at least.
Oh.
You got think about
It started the online
it. It's
craze.
the reason online gaming is a thing.
It started the online craze.
It's
I'll give it
literally-
that.
No,
yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
There is no A about it. That's the reason online gaming is a thing. That's the reason.
That's
it
the
got
reason
popular.
online gaming is what it is today.
Today.
Is because
100%.
of Call of Duty
Right.
4.
Because the reason why online gaming is a
I
thing
can
is
see
because
your
of World of
argument, but as
Warcraft.
far as
I didn't get into online gaming until Call
Nobody
of Duty
did.
4.
Nobody did.
And the controls,
There was a lot of
maybe.
motherfuckers playing World of Warcraft.
Well, yeah, but
Making it
global scale.
making it for video game systems, nobody was worried about connecting their PlayStation to the internet.
I think
until
we
then.
all kind of have different aspects of what makes a great game for us.
Could be.
For me,
Yeah.
it's playability and beauty. You know, that's why I love the Final Fantasy series. Is I love
Beauty subjective.
Yeah.
I love the graphics. I love the story.
Yeah.
I love, character development,
Yeah.
and I love a good flowing combat.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I feel Final Fantasy should be higher.
No, I completely agree.
I'm
Final
good
Fantasy
with-
needs to be up there. Kingdom Hearts should be up there.
Yep.
Oh,
You see what I'm saying?
holy fuck!
Yeah,
Kingdom Hearts should be up there. That would change the game too.
yeah. I don't play Final Fantasy, but I'll fuck with all
I'll
the Kingdom
fuck up
Hearts.
some Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
I think that should be up. Let's see if that's even on the list.
If you played Kingdom Hearts, you know like all the Final Fantasy VII characters.
yeah,
That's how I knew who Sephiroth was.
yeah.
Sephiroth, Leon, Cloud,
But no.
Tifa.
Everything that Call of Duty 4 changed in the gaming community. Lobbies.
Kingdom Hearts 2 is number
Shit,
83. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 2 is the only one on the list, and it's number 83.
I am the milkman. My milk is delicious.
Oh, shit. All right. And Medal of Honor is number 81.
Those were some good games.
Medal
back
of
in
Honor
the
was
Cap.
some good games.
Well, that was a good walk down memory lane.
Hell yeah. Let's see what else they got on here. I'm going to just kind of flip through real quick. Little Big Planet's up there.
Should be.
Should be.
It should be. I heard a lot of good things about it.
It was fun.
Need for Speed, Underground 2.
No.
Number
Most
72.
Wanted. Most Wanted.
Underground 2 is the one that got me. Legacy of Kain. Do any of y'all remember that?
Yeah.
Legacy of Kain was a great series.
Great series.
Like, when you talk to me about vampire games, Legacy of Kain is the first one that comes to mind.
Bully.
Didn't y'all remember a game named Gun?
No.
Yes.
What about Bayonetta?
No. I didn't see that. Bully is number 68. I love Bully. I love
Yeah, that one
Bully.
should be way higher up.
I got that on
I'm
my
good with it
PlayStation.
at 68. Seeing where they have other series.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I'd have to go, like, I'd eventually have to just go through it and make my own list. But I'm okay with it being on the list. I just, I kind of wish it was higher. Because I did love it.
Oh, you meant the list.
Marvel Spider-Man 2 at number 52.
Understood.
Great
but
game.
one should be up there, not two.
I could see your argument.
But 2 was great.
God of War 2 at number 47.
Understood, but if God of War 3's not higher, then it shouldn't be there.
Guitar Hero 3 at number 44.
You had
Understood.
you had to have a Guitar Hero.
You had to have a Guitar Hero up there. Titanfall at number 41.
I thought Titanfall was
That should be way
Xbox
further
game.
back.
I think it should be way further back. Great game.
No, way
But-
further back, though.
What about Destiny?
Destiny was on here.
It's got to be like the 80s.
Destiny. Destiny's number 63.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I could see it. Story was great. Combat was passable.
Where was I? Uncharted 4 at number 37. That was a great fucking
That was a
game.
good game.
I could see it being
Again,
up there.
culmination of a story.
Very much so. After he retired, like game, like he's done, and then he gets pulled back in, like that whole fucking Dishonored 2 is number 34. I've heard a lot about the Dishonored series, so I get it. 32, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
Oh,
Hey.
That should be higher.
Yeah.
Again,
yeah.
a PlayStation
Final Fantasy
1
10, number 31.
I was asked. Didn't we have a conversation about that one the other
Yeah.
day? The thing about Tony Hawk, why I think it's good where it's at, is the series didn't survive.
Underground 2 was the best game that they ever came out with.
That's the one on the
Yeah.
list.
Yeah, but the series as a whole never progressed from there.
So they have Portal 2 at number 22.
That's upsetting. It's not that good of a game.
It's a
Fucking
very popular game.
I fucking love Portal, not 22.
I think
It should be on the list because it was a great game. I don't think it should be 22.
So in the top 100, where would you put it?
In the 80s, for sure. Yeah. Because we also have to remember this is the top 100 games of all time. Good games can be in the 80s. Portal was an amazing game. Don't know if it should be that fucking high. 22.
We're sitting over here ranking Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I was about to
off
say
the
we keep mentioning games and we're like should be higher, should be higher, should be higher. There's only 20 spots.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
not
saying?
everything can be
And I
higher.
love Portal. Should not be in the maybe top 50.
Is there any Need for Speed game on there?
Underground 2.
Okay, it's fucking better. I must have went to the bathroom for that one.
No, it was Underground 2, and you said Most Wanted should have been up there.
I did.
Oh, you did.
No,
Sorry.
I think Underground 2 was the soundtrack, the customization.
Dum dum dum.
Still to this day, when a Need for Speed 2 song or a song that was on that soundtrack comes on, I can still picture myself with my skyline, that midnight blue, and then the custom 3 lightning bolts.
Yeah.
down.
See,
Yeah, I bet there was the shape of S's.
I remember.
No, it looked like a swastika,
Yeah.
I remember.
bitch.
I remember Dub Edition soundtrack more.
Midnight Club, Dub Edition.
Yeah.
Yep.
That should have been up. Midnight Club
House
3.
real big.
Cars real big. Dick real big. Everything real big.
No, yeah, and then you was able to drive the bikes and that. That shit was dope.
Oh, yeah. My all white, pearl white Hummer with the gold trim.
I used to have the fastest Chrysler 300 you ever fucking think I did. On 22s, bitch.
No, just that BMW and fucking Most Wanted was like my favorite car that Need for Speed ever had a cover for. It was just perfect.
Yeah.
That game, the way you could steal the other people's cars, like all that shit, dope.
Oh, man. All I just heard from this entire conversation is that we're old as fuck.
Yep. And nerds.
All I fucking heard from this conversation is they need to redo Need for Speed Most Wanted.
Oof. Y'all got anything else? This has been a nice little nerd corner episode. I hope to scratch the
What
itch
about
for y'all.
guns?
Guns?
I'm done. I'm done.
Say this is about to start a whole new conversation. Long story short, the guy was on there and he basically said, I think all people should be able to have access to anything that the military has access to.
Agreed.
I agree.
And I disagreed completely because there are people that I've met in my life that should not be able to buy a Tomahawk missile. You know what I'm saying?
If they can afford it, if they have the mental fortitude to
No,
get the...
I don't like the idea of bad spending being the only reason that you can't afford.
Like, you know how much a Tomahawk missile costs?
$3 million. Bad Bobby has a net worth of $50 million. Do you want to see her collection one day?
I mean, look, if you could buy it, go for it, bitch.
No. Would you like to see the headline tomorrow? Bad Baby buys 5 cruise missiles?
Fire.
No.
Yeah, because all that means is I could buy 5 cruise missiles.
No, you can't afford them.
How fuck?
But Bad Baby can. And too many people win the lottery. Too many scary people have won the lottery.
One time.
No, I don't want you to, because the other thing too, and this is the whole reason that the conversation came up, was somebody underneath there said those exact words, which was, their response was, anything we make that we don't want in the hands of regular civilians, we shouldn't be making anyway.
Yeah.
And I commented underneath that and said, no, that's a silly thing to say, because if we don't make it, they will. And if they make it, they have an advantage over us war-wise. So we should be able to make things that the general public can't use because you're not trained to use it. Kind of like how right now I can't just go get in a truck and start driving product across the country because I'm not trained to do so. I think you can own whatever you want if you're trained to do so. Because you can own some of these guns that I feel like certain people should have to be at least... The first time I held an AR-15, I held it and I shot it. And then I went, yo, that's crazy. And they went, can you fucking not aim it at me, please? And I was like, I didn't aim it at you. And he was like, you fucking pointed it at me. And I was like,
you didn't get punched in the face.
exactly. And I was like, I didn't mean to point it at you. What I was trying... Sorry. And he was like, did you just drop it? And I was like, I did. And he was like, can you not fucking drop a loaded firearm, please? And I was like, I'm sorry. You think I should be able to buy anything I want, Spencer?
Yeah. So, if, and this is just real, the laws we have right now,
Fuck laws, common sense.
You'd have to take a class to own something like that. You have to take a class and pay like $25,000 to be able to own an automatic weapon.
Right.
So I'm assuming they'd have checks and balances in place like they already do for weapons. But I firmly believe that if the military can own it, I should be able to own that shit. If I could spend the logistics on owning a fucking F-22 fighter jet, I should be able to own it.
I disagree. The F-22 fighter jet, since you brought that one up, and only because you brought that one up.
It's the newest one.
The F-22 fighter jet, just for everybody that doesn't know, is the only thing in America's arsenal that is not nuclear that, according to Congress, you got the Democrats and the Republicans to agree on something. And they said you cannot sell the F-22 to anyone. Not China, not even our fucking allies. Mm-hmm. Because the F-22 is that fucking scary.
Yeah.
Russia put out propaganda of what they said they had.
Yeah, the MiGs.
Yeah. So we made something to beat it. Come to find out, Russia doesn't have what they said they had. So now we have a fighter jet that is legitimately the terror of the skies.
Yeah. No.
I should be able to park one of those. in
No.
my front yard.
No.
Fuck you, clean off.
Absolutely the fuck not.
When you presented the question to me before the podcast and everything, my mindset was small arms fire, even RPGs, I'm cool with. When you get into the realm of Tomahawk missiles, M1 Abrams, howitzers, and F-22s,
Scorched earth.
now you're talking. You're not talking an 8-hour class on teaching you how to operate this. You were talking on a month, if not years-long operation on working this piece of equipment.
Yeah, but if you if you got the money to buy one and put yourself through all of that, like I'm gonna go through all these fucking classes and pay all this shit so I can do this and I can own my plane. Yeah.
And if you have that much money, you trust the government.
You think Kim Kardashian should be able to just go take a class
If she
pilot a F-22?
I know you Republicans feel like y'all have to stand on.
Hold on. She can go get her pilot's license now.
You're right.
And
No, she can go get her pilot's license now.
And
The only
operate a small propeller plane.
all the way up to
Eventually.
Yeah, if she decides
Uh-huh.
to.
Yeah.
that's still not an F-22. Do you know why fighter pilots are so small of a percentage of actual pilots?
Turtle, what do you think?
I think niggas should be able to just, you know what I'm saying, with the, click, clack, black owl. You know what I'm saying?
You know?
Make the block hot.
Cause I'm like I've said, but I've said this before. Like there are certain guns that I don't think we should legally have access to. But
gay, so what?
But I will never sign a piece of paper saying it should be taken away from you. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think like certain people like to collect stuff. You know what I'm saying? And if you like to collect, like my friends got like the something blackout. What the fuck is it called?
300 blackout.
That has like the silencer built into it and shit like that. The one that he has like a silencer built into it. One of our friends.
Expensive.
Yeah, he paid the money for it. He had to get a lawyer involved to be able to get the gun.
There's a whole stamp you got to get.
Yeah, he got the whole
it's a tax
thing.
stamp.
He now owns it and he now legally has it. Now this person I trust with my life, but I also like a lot of people that we've seen the school shooter and they had rich parents. Now they have one in the house, like you said, RPGs should be allowed, and next thing you know, they forget to lock. He said RPGs, and next thing you know, we got the parent that doesn't know how to lock their fucking gun cabinet, and a kid shows up to his high school with a fucking RPG. You know what I'm saying? Like that's part of the reason. Like we have to, as a society, we have to move as slow as our weakest link, and I know that sucks, but that's why we have that's why we have speed limits. That's why we can only go 60 miles an
Shouldn't
hour.
be able to drive cars.
As fast as we want.
No, we shouldn't be able to drive
No,
cars.
we should all be
period.
on fucking Razor scooters.
I mean,
period.
Yeah, but I mean, at a certain point, it's like
More people die in car crash than any gun.
could be because of regulations.
Or because you niggas can't drive. Man.
As always, thank you for your support. If you enjoyed the show, please rate and review on iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. And the next Clan Rally will be hosted by none other than Jason Dufresne. Good night, guys.
Just woke up, couple thotties from the club dealing with this